Welcome to day 3 of our coverage of DMV Live for Made Hoops from the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland. General Manager of Made Hoops, Jeff Kovner, Teron Patterson, and Nels Williams are with you here today for game 1 of 3. We have Team Iverson and Sideline Cancer up next, then Ball by Design against New York City Honor, and finally Crown versus Sizzle. But guys, let's start off recapping the weekend. Jeff, I want to start with you. What a tournament this has been here in Baltimore.
No, we appreciate you, and it's been fun for us. We look forward to this event all year. We planned for the live period for months and months, putting these teams together, gathering teams from all over the country, and to see it come to fruition and to put on a great event here in Baltimore has been a blessing for us.
With these matchups today, obviously you have Team Iverson versus Sideline Cancer. What are you looking forward to both out of these two squads?
Guard play. I think both these teams battle for Pennsylvania. We got Philly versus more, suburb of Pennsylvania. Both teams with big-time guard play. Corey Francis, one of the best prospects in our league for Team Iverson. And then for Sideline Cancer, Your Majesty Washington and Cam Sweeney returned from last year on the circuit to running back for 17U. So a lot of high-level guards, should be a really fun one.
That's Jeff Kovner, the general manager of Made Hoops, as we are off and running. This is Team Iverson in the all-black with the Allen Iverson logo across the chest, and Sideline Cancer in all-white with pink and purple trim. Teron, what are you expecting early out of these two teams to settle the pace?
Well, I'll tell you what, from the jump, I've seen a lot of good ball movement, a lot of good shot selection already from the jump. I'm looking forward to seeing these guards, like you said earlier, get this guard play going, moving the ball from side to side of the floor, getting good looks and making sure that their team is involved from the jump.
That was Your Majesty Washington putting Sideline Cancer on the board with his first three-point try. Now this is a corner triple from Corey Francis. Battle for the rebound, and Nazir Tyler's fouled going up. That is on Your Majesty Washington, his first. So Nazir Tyler from Father Judge High School, class of 2027, will head to the line. Jeff, I want to get a little bit more for your background to illustrate to the viewers at home. What exactly is your role here with Made Hoops, and what does your day-to-day look like?
Yeah, so my role essentially is to lead our sales team. So we run about 140 events throughout the year all over the country. We're currently in 28 different states, and we're in 3 Canadian provinces. So putting together all those events, managing the relationship with the teams, both internally on our Made Hoops team, but overall through our relationships in the country. Just kind of putting that together on a day-to-day basis, making sure the relationships are, peak level for us. We're very big on relationships. It's how our business is driven. I think the world of youth basketball is very transactional. We try to transcend that and make the relationships real and provide value to the teams, the players, the parents. So that's kind of my day-to-day.
I like it, Jeff. So what's your favorite part of these events? Obviously, there's a lot of good basketball, a lot of good energy in the building. What is your favorite part from a, admin standpoint of the event?
Yeah, for this one specifically, it's the NCAA calendar is different. They're only allowed to play in front of Division I coaches 3 times throughout the year. So we have this weekend in May, we have 2 weekends in July. So providing a platform for the kids that have dreams of playing Division I and giving them a chance to play in front of coaches. We have 125 coaches that have been here throughout the weekend. Courts have been packed, so that's my favorite part, just providing a platform for the kids to be seen and chase their dreams.
Camden Jackson attacks the rack. It's a 1-point game as we're officially a minute through here from court number 12. Looks like we have a foul on the floor here called against Team Iverson. And Jeff, regarding the elevation of youth basketball in terms of talent and experience year over year, how have you seen Made really improve and really skyrocket with talent?
Yeah, I think big thing for us is just staying current, staying ahead of the curve. I think the space as a whole changes rapidly. So we're fortunate that we have guys that are kind of in the weeds and able to adjust as the space is adjusting. And one of those ways is, the world of basketball is NIL driven now. It's a player empowerment era. So, we introduced that to our circuit this year. Corey Francis on the break here, one of our NIL athletes. So providing the opportunity for players to make a little money and represent our brand, I think is one of the ways that we've really elevated the talent in our league, and it's been exciting for us.
Jeff, regarding NIL athletes, what exactly does Made do to assist these athletes in their development and getting ready to play at the next collegiate level?
Yeah, I think for us it's how do we take a holistic approach to it. The basketball is obviously what brings everybody together, but it's how do we discuss financial literacy with them? How do we talk about nutrition and what they're doing to maintain their bodies? These kids play so much basketball. So the education of everything off the court, I think, is one of the ways that we provide value to the kids. Listen, one of my things that I always say is the basketball is the basketball. Whether you're playing with Made Hoops or you're playing, one of the sneaker circuits, you're going and playing basketball. Where we differentiate ourselves is everything outside of basketball. We have the largest social media platform in the space. We're 640,000 followers on Instagram. We're another 500,000 plus on TikTok. So the social aspect, the education aspect, it's a much more holistic approach to providing value for the players outside of just the money side of what the NIL world is.
Jeff, I got another question for you. The lights go out today. You guys pack up everything. What's next for you all and your team?
That's when the fun really starts. Is how do we continue to connect the dots for all the coaches that have been here? How do we connect the dots from coach to player or player to coach and continue to service these kids? We always talk about that our events need to last more than the 3 days that we're here, and that's where social media comes into play, and allowing these kids to still be seen and shine through our social platforms long after the event. One of the big separators with us is our scouting service. We have one of the largest independent scouting services in the space, so that'll be a big focus for us once the lights go out here, is updating our service, getting information to college coaches, both that were here and that weren't here, and continuing to provide that platform for the players.
Go ahead, Don.
I keep hearing you talking about the social media platform and the presence there. I tell you what, since yesterday, you guys have been all up and down my timeline. I'm loving it. Every single moment, capturing all the energy in the building. The exposure for the players, it's a huge thing for us. This is why we do what we do. So we really enjoy you having us here, and we're looking forward to the rest of this day and spectating these fabulous players in this fabulous event.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys being here. It's been a really cool thing for our teams and our players to have this. It's new, it's different. Like I said earlier, we're always trying to elevate and stay ahead of the curve, and I think platforms like you guys and providing this opportunity for the kids to play on a live stream with commentators, that doesn't happen a lot in the youth space. So we appreciate you guys. We're extremely grateful for you being here and being part of the event with us.
We appreciate you scheduling these fantastic games for us to cover, right? I mean, we've been treated to such high-level basketball yesterday morning, afternoon, and evening, because we got a great game going on right here between Team Iverson and Sideline Cancer. Your Majesty Washington with 2 triples. Cole Turn also getting involved. Looks like the 3-ball has been very popular with Team Sideline as they're running their sets here early on. Underneath the basket and scoring is Stephen Moore for Sideline Cancer Ballers. Mentioned the Battle of Philadelphia. Sideline Cancer Ballers based out of Mountville, Pennsylvania. Team Iverson, of course, based out of Horsham. New blood versus blue blood. This is Jackson taking it to the rack.
I really love how these teams aren't settling for the jumper. They're attacking the rim, being aggressive, moving the ball, looking to get a really good shot off. I like that.
Sweeney hands it off for Turn. He'll try a triple. Leaves it short. Rolls right into the hands of Sweeney. He drives, turns it over. In transition, this is Harkin, and that's an easy layup.
Way to run the floor, big fella.
Just about 5 minutes gone by here. We have Jeff Kovner, General Manager of Made Hoops, Teron Patterson, and Nels Williams with you here from
black.
Court 12. Ooh, that's a turnover.
Yeah, correct that. It's all black. There we go. This is why you have multiple reps. You got to have different angles.
It's one of the things that we do and take a lot of pride in are the officials for these live periods. So this weekend we're fortunate we have a ref camp. So all the guys that are officiating the games that you've been covering, and 18 of our courts in here are current college officials that are they're looking to elevate in their careers, but we got current college officials for these guys to try to provide as steady a game flow as we can for the teams.
Sweeney turned it over. Corey Francis in transition. One more pass to Harkin. That's an easy two.
Loved unselfishness. He could have went there if that by himself if he wanted to, but he saw his friend running with him and gave him just it off to him for an easy bucket. I like it.
2-point game here between Sideline Cancer and Team Iverson, and Team Iverson's called for a foul. It's on Camden Jackson. Jeff, so much of this game, it feels like a simulation, obviously, of a live period, right? This is a showcase event. You have these collegiate refs. You have, the great scheduling and the logistics team making sure everyone's taken care of. How much work goes in behind the scenes leading up to a week like this? Let's start with the Sunday before this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's the lead up to the event is really the crazy part. I think not a lot of people, if you're not in the space, you don't realize everything that goes into it. We're really fortunate. We have an unbelievable operations team. We have an incredible group of guys that work in facilities all over the country. So we got our team in here early. They're putting down all these courts. We're setting up all the tables, setting up our merchandise. As you see, we got a full merch table right up, behind the court. So there's a ton of work that goes into this. We always say once the games tip, our work is. The hard part is past us. The games are the easy part. We just get to sit back and watch basketball, but the lead up is it's intense. It's a lot goes into putting on events like this from a lot of different aspects, but again, we have an incredible operations team that manages all 140 events that we run all over the country, and they do an amazing job.
Sweeney knocks down a long-range triple. And it's interesting, Jeff, these games are almost hypnotic, especially when they're being played at a high pace and a high level. Obviously, you have 30, 40 courts. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but there's a ton of basketball going around across all different age ranges. And there's just something about it that sucks you in, that makes you want to watch for a long period of time, because these are good runs happening right in front of our eyes.
It's addicting. I mean, we have 30 courts in here. You got good games. You got a lot of talent all over the place. You can walk around anywhere in the gym and find prospects. So we are lucky that we have a lot of talent in our league and in our gym, because we're in here at 7 a.m. We don't get out of here until about 11 p.m. So we got to find some fun in it, and the fun is in watching these players put on a show for coaches and really compete to try to win some basketball games. It's enjoyable.
Jeff, can you talk about the selection process as far as how the matchups go? Times for teams, what course they're going to be on, even down the road as far as letting coaches know what teams are going to be on which courts. Can you talk about that for the fans at home?
Yeah, we try to do our best to create best versus best matchups and similar level matchups across the board. No one wants to watch blowouts. It's a waste of the team's time. It's a waste of the coach's times coming out. So our scouting team does an incredible job of providing information about the players, about the teams. We do a lot of, like we talked about coming on the broadcast here for this game, both teams have really high-level guard play. Let's match them up so they get a great game against each other, and it allows for coaches to see those top-level guards play against each other. So we try our best to match up like versus like, whether it's team level or just by position, and that allows us to put on some pretty good matchups across the board.
Tie ball game, 22 apiece. We're about halfway through the first half. Appreciate you joining us for game 1 of 3 of our early morning coverage. Day 3 of DMV Live here in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Cameron Sweeney. Rising and firing a triple is Jack Curry, and he knocks it down.
You guys alluded to it, but Sideline Cancer, they like to say they're the best three-point shooting team in the league. They've certainly lived up to it so far this weekend, and definitely in this game early.
For sure.
Your Majesty Washington, Cole Turn, and Cam Sweeney continue to set the tone. Here's Camden Jackson. Bingo! Guys are getting open and making their shots. Sweeney. And his pass for Lawrence Brown goes off the left hand, and it's turned over to Team Iverson.
I really think the difference in this game right now is Sideline Cancer's not really doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. They got about 5 or 6 turnovers here in the first half. They need to do a better job of taking care of the ball. They're shooting the ball well, but not really doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. They need better possessions.
There's so much movement off of the ball as well, as there's an and one for Timmy Dennis.
I think the coaching in this game is great too. You see, not often in AAU do you see teams running continuity actions and sets, and I think both these guys, Coach Nick Sullivan for Team Iverson and Coach Trevor Orr for Sideline Cancer, do a tremendous job with their groups, and you could tell they look organized. They know where their teammates are going to be. It allows for really smooth game flow, which I think is important when you're watching these games, and it's a better viewing experience for the college coaches, so shout out to our coaches here.
Here's Brown in the paint. Left it off the front of the rim. Speaking of college scouts and college coaches, obviously the ACC's repping some Big Ten and Big East schools, mid-majors as well. Look at this attack by Jackson, just left it with too much power off of the window. Regarding getting scouts and coaches in here, what's that process like of making sure that they are able to watch high-level hoops with me?
Yeah, I mean, again, it starts with our relationships. We've built a trust with a lot of schools all over the country that we're going to give honest evaluations on players, and I tell guys all the time, one thing I'll never do is lie for you. If you're good enough, we'll push you. We'll do everything we can to make sure that you're seen by the coaches that you need to be seen by. But at the end of the day, for us, it doesn't matter what we do. The players drive this. The coaches are here to see the players, and we have some really high-level players and a ton of talent across the board. So really, it's how do we market our players just so coaches know that they're going to be here. But this is player-driven. We can't take any credit for the coaches that come. They come to see these guys, and these guys have been performing at a really high level and making it worthwhile for all the college coaches in the gym.
Corey Francis, 2 out of 3 points left on the table off that possession. That's Jeff Kovner, Teron Patterson, Nels Williams with you here. Just turns, dribbles baseline, and backs out. Brown posts up. Brown won't back down like Tom Petty, and that's an offensive foul.
I like that reference. Won't back down by Tom Petty. That was good.
Sideline Cancer holding a 2-point lead. Good flow to this game so far in this first half. Corey Francis to inbound. Jeff, it's interesting, a lot of the guys too, obviously class of 2027, maybe even some class of 2026 guys playing some of the, hopefully not the last basketball in their career. But then you also have the rising sophomores, or rather the rising juniors, I beg your pardon. What's it like watching guys at such a young age ball out like they have been all weekend long? It's
my favorite part of this is that, a lot of people want to focus on 17U, and they should, and that's where the bulk of college coaches are. But for me, it's really exciting to go see the 15U kids and the 16U kids. I was actually just over on one of our side courts watching a 15U semifinal game, and the prospects in that game were incredible. And it's our ability to find, I don't even want to call them diamonds in the rough. I think that's a disservice to them because they're really high level. They just don't have the notoriety yet because they're younger, but if we're able to find them and then provide them early exposure to college coaches, to our social platforms, I think that's huge for us, and it's kind of what set us apart. It's an interesting story with a player in this game, Nas Tyler, number 3 here on Iverson. And it kind of just goes to show what we're talking about of finding kids when they're younger. We run the largest middle school circuit in the country as well. We just actually wrapped up year 12 of our East Coast winter middle school circuit. Nas Tyler, playing in this game, won the 8th grade MVP. So now to see him go from that to being a big contributor on one of our best teams on MHC in 17U is a really cool success story for us. And we have a lot of those, and I think that's what we take a ton of pride in. So finding the kids when they're young, whether it's middle school or in these types of events at 15U and 16U is crucial for us to continue to grow.
Jeff, that is amazing.
After the Harkin foul, here's Sideline Cancer. Moore, who just checked in, drops it off for Brown, and his shot might have been blocked, but there's a foul by Team Iverson.
I would like to see number 5 get back to getting closer to the rim. We're settling for jump shots again. We don't need that. We got guards that can actually take it from the outside, get inside the paint. Make sure we're doing a better job of getting better shots closer to the rim. And make your free throw, sir, please.
Of course, Patriot High School head coach Sherman Rivers out of Prince William, Virginia yesterday was on the call with me all day long, and he pointed out, won't see it here, might see it later on, but after the, or actually you might see it here, I beg your pardon, after the second free throw, if it's missed, the offensive rebound that keeps the possession alive. And you see that a lot with these guys, right? Especially playing in convention centers rather than local high school arenas. But it's runs like these that prepare them for when they are playing at the stage, maybe even the NCAA Final Four. You're playing in a football stadium.
That depth reception is a little bit different. Yeah. It's a little bit different.
Now it's Tyler. High glass, doesn't get the touch. Pinball it around, and it remains with Team Iverson. Dennis drives baseline, hop, skip, and a jump, and it rattles out. Another offensive board, but this time it's Nathan Lee, and he's fouled.
Keep fighting.
Fouls on Stephen Moore of Sideline Cancer. It's also so fascinating, Jeff and Tehran, about how these guys, for the most part, have never played basketball before with each other until they show up and play AAU together. And then how quickly these guys bond, and it looks like they've been playing since, middle school, even elementary school.
It's an interesting concept of, these kids play high school where you practice every single day, and then you go to AAU, and a lot of these teams are practicing maybe twice a week. So it's the importance of coaching at this level when you're able to bring a group together and create a cohesive unit that, you see the product on the floor. It's those practices, because they are limited and you have kids traveling from all over the place. They have to be very intentional about what they do and make sure they're getting their guys firing on all cylinders. So again, for us, it's not just that the players are really talented, but it's the coaches that are really talented, and it looks organized, and that's not always the case in AAU. And I think that's been really beneficial for us to have great coaching in MHC, and good game flow with our games. And it's, again, I always talk about the viewing experience for college coaches, and I think when it looks organized, it just adds to that experience. And this game specifically has had a good flow as we get a foul here, but it's been a good flow all game. And both teams super organized, both teams playing through the way they like to play and getting to their actions, and it's been great to watch.
This is Cameron Sweeney heading to the line, who's fouled on his shot. He'll be shooting for 2. There it is. That missed second shot. Instead, this time it was a rebound for Team Iverson.
There you go. Push tempo. Another turnover.
Aiden Deal picks the pocket. Deal, heel rise and fire a triple, leaves it off the heel. Gamble turns it over, loose ball on the floor. Dennis and Deal battling for it. It's a jump ball. It remains with Team Iverson.
The fatigue from the weekend starting to set in. You can see it.
Yeah, both teams starting to turn the ball over a little bit here.
What would you argue is the hardest day to play these games in terms of fatigue, maybe more lactic acid buildup? Is it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's between Friday and Sunday. Friday, a lot of these guys are either getting off a flight or they're fresh out the car and they got to go play a game, and they don't quite have their legs underneath them. And then Sunday, this is the 5th game of the weekend for a lot of these teams, so legs are definitely heavy. So Friday and Sunday, I think, are both tough. Saturday, you kind of have your flow and your rhythm, and you're still fresh. Friday and Sunday are difficult.
I tell you what, being an AAU, I used to love Friday games. You get out of school early.
Absolutely.
Get on the road, travel. You're going to get 1 or 2 games in, and then you're going to get that increase on the next day. So, yeah.
Here's a deep 3 try.
Come on.
Missed the target from Nazir Tyler.
Shot clock.
The shot clock is dark.
I really love that about these games, too, the shot clock. So obviously coming from Virginia, we don't have it implemented yet.
It didn't take us a half for us to mention no shot clock in
VHSL.
listen,
here we are.
Listen, we could talk for an hour about the shot clock and why it's crazy that it's not in every state. But when we built this league, one of the biggest things that we focused on was adding a shot clock to our 17U division. It's unique in the space. Some of the sneaker circuits do it, but on the independent side of this space, it doesn't exist. So we kind of set the standard of that, and it makes coaches better, it makes players better, it makes the game flow of games better. So we've been thrilled to have a shot clock since the beginning of MHC as a league, and it's been one of our big selling points. Just being honest, is when teams are looking for a circuit, they always talk to us about, well, yeah, we really want to play with a shot clock. We really want to play with a shot clock. So we're really happy with it. Virginia's got to get on board with high school. They got to have it. I'm a New Jersey guy. They actually just passed the law this month that they're going to be implementing a shot clock in the 27-28 season. So I'm happy about that. But I think it's got to be universal across the board.
Timmy Dennis stripes a straightaway triple to stop the 7-0 run for Sideline Cancer. And there's Sweeney.
That is not the one you want to leave open, I promise you.
4-point game. Less than 2 minutes to play. Jeff Kovner, general manager of Made Hoops. Teron Patterson, Nels Williams with you. This is Dylan Gamble waiting for the screen. He plays catch with Harkin. One more pass. Tyler off the mark. And an offensive board is cleaned up by Lee. Softly lays the hammer down. Late substitutions awaiting for Sideline Cancer. Layer fires. Great board by Moore. One more try, and that is good from Layer. Second chance opportunities. You best come collect.
Iverson get a good shot here to close this gap. The zone, this big zone is a little...
Harkin. Run There's Deal with the board. Less than 45 to play. Layer pulls up from the right elbow and is pure.
Throwing away again. Got a 6-point lead here. Let's see what Iverson can do. Get a basket here. Stop the bleeding.
Gamble curls around the screen from Lee.
You don't need a three. Don't need a three. Just get a good possession here.
Harkin wanted to skip it down low for Timmy Dennis, but it's nowhere near his hands.
That's one thing I notice about these teams, though. You're matching up against a zone, and you're still running a 5-out offense. It doesn't equate. You need to have somebody cutting through the middle of the paint, getting in the gaps, flashing, showing hands, turning and look at the basket, and kicking to the wings. You can't dribble through a zone. You see what happens. You get hands, too many hands in there. You're going to turn the ball over, or you're going to take a illegitimate shot, which is the same thing as basically a turnover to me.
Layer nearly hit the Chris Paul fadeaway. Now this is Team Iverson leading up the floor, and Corey Francis.
To the basket here. There we go.
There's Harkin on the backdoor cut.
Much better possession.
Come on, let's get a stop here, Iverson.
Shot clock is dark. Layer checks to make sure it is. Turn, rises, fires. Too much mustard. Follows up his own rebound, at least he wanted to. And Harkin gets it off. That basket does not count. And we are officially 16 minutes through here. It's Sideline Cancer 38, Team Iverson 34.
Good first half from both teams.
Good first half.
Yeah. We'll limit the turnovers. I'm sure the coach will talk to them about that on both sides. Limit the turnovers, better shot selection.
Well, Jeff, I know we only have you for the first half. If you want to stick around for the second half, more than welcome to stay. But
we can do the second half.
All right.
We got a good one here.
I do know that a card pack is waiting for us. Oh. I've never actually opened one of these live on air before, so we might get some good luck here.
Shout out to Tops.
I'll let you go first, sir. I'll open mine after yours.
We have the Tops Bowman pack right here, if you want to take a good look. All right.
Good luck, Nels.
10 cards, rookie pack. Let's pull this live on air.
It's a big moment for you.
All right.
First tops pack live on air.
We got Brandon Miller right here. Denny out of the Trailblazers. Paulo Banchero, okay.
That's a good one.
You want to pull the rest? I can't see this. I can't see this. Ace Bailey?
Ace. Soon to be a wizard.
Terrence, hey, don't know. Oh, okay. Look at this. Greatness loading for Richardson.
Okay, now.
All right.
Big time Made Hoops alum. Shout out Jace Richardson.
Maxime Reynaud out of the Sacramento Kings right here, too. Bryson Tiller for Kansas. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! pulling.
For real.
Madison Booker out of the University. I don't know why I keep doing this. I swear, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid.
You think you're Gambit. That's what's going on.
And we got Caleb Foster ending the pack. If I was Gambit, I'd be flicking cards all over the court. I guess not, but we will be opening more of these card packs. Thank you so much for Topps and Bowman for sponsoring Made Hoops as well. He's Jeff Kovner. We got Teron Patterson, and I'm Nels Williams. Never thought I'd be doing a card pack opening live, but here we are.
Here we are. A lot of Made Hoops alum in that pack.
Oh, really?
Paulo Banchero alum, Jace Richardson alum. We had a few others in there. Ace Bailey alum. So a lot of our guys in that pack.
Well, how about that? Probably have some more luck. I know we got 5 more packs, I think. This came with 6. Yes, 5 packs in here. We'll be opening these throughout the morning, obviously looking for fun ways to, include more things in the broadcast traditionally. But 16 minutes through between Iverson and Sideline Cancer. Jeff, your first thoughts on the first 16?
Yeah, I think both teams came out shooting the ball really well. Shots stopped falling a little bit towards the end of that half. I think whichever team can start to get downhill, get some paint touches, and get to kicks and find that rhythm from the outside again will be successful here. It's at the end of the day, this was always going to be a close game. We were very excited about this matchup for that reason, so looking forward to a great second half.
Obviously, like I said earlier, the fatigue's setting in. I think the teams are doing a good job pushing through it. Do a better job cleaning up the turnovers. Shot selection needs to be a little bit better. I want to see them attacking the rim, not settling for jumpers so much. But each of these teams know their strengths, and they're going to play to that, and the coaches do as well. So we're going to trust the coaches and the players to fix the problems that they have, and hopefully we'll have a better second half.
I think Iverson's got to find a way to get out and transition a little bit. I think that's when they're at their best. Sideline's done a good job throughout the game of keeping them out of transition. So we'll see if they're able to continue that trend and make it more of a half-court game, which would favor them, or if Iverson can get the pace up a little bit and play in transition here.
Feels like Theo Iverson, the longer the possession goes on, the more likely it is to not succeed. Feels like they're very good, as you mentioned, out of transition. While Sideline Cancer, they've really been efficient in following up second chance opportunities off of the offensive boards.
Yeah, and Sideline does a great job. When they get an offensive rebound, they do a really good job of relocating, getting their kicks, and finding open threes out of it. I think the best time to take a three is off an offensive rebound when the defense is scrambling, they're not setting their matchup. So Sideline's done a very good job. I know when I speak with Coach Orr about it, they talk about that in practice all the time, of just hunting threes after offensive rebounds. So they've certainly done that here in this game.
Turin did just that for Sweeney to get 2 points out of this possession.
I'll tell you one thing I haven't seen a lot of this weekend from the defensive standpoint in the half court. I haven't seen a lot of trapping in the half court. You may see a random trap here and there, but ball screens, I haven't seen a lot of trapping there. A lot of guys rotating through passes. I feel like everybody's just really staying solid in their practices and staying home, protecting the paint in the lane, and living and dying by the three-point shot.
Triple try from Your Majesty Washington, and the ball slips out of Moore's hands.
I really can't stand when bigs want to dribble in the paint.
Down.
I can't stand it. You already had good position right in front of the rim. You got a good offensive rebound. Go up with it towards the middle of the basket. You're either going to get fouled or you're going to make the shot. And I tell you what, the guys that are banging with you aren't going to want to bang with you anymore when you keep making that attempt.
Sweeney.
There you go.
One more spin, and again it goes out of Moore's hands.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions, putting the ball down in traffic in there.
Hand straight up.
Jackson off the mark. Underneath is Harkin, quadruple teamed. Jump ball. Possession arrow remains in Team Iverson's favor.
3 times in a row, you see the bigs are trying to put the ball on the floor, little power dribbles. You don't got to do that. Use your body to create space. You got to pivot for it. You can use that body to create the space you're trying to gain. And dribbling and going nowhere with the ball, putting it in harm's way.
Francis will reset. 90 seconds gone by here in the second half between Sideline Cancer and Team Iverson.
I do think this zone for Sideline has stood up Iverson a little bit, and it's got them a little bit out of sorts here. So we'll see if they can make an adjustment and find some good shots like that one out of the zone.
There you go. There's Nazir Tyler. Must have heard us from the broadcast table here at courtside. Fine hold in the zone defense. Sweeney fouled by Jackson.
Looks like Iverson is trying to give Sideline a taste of their own medicine with their own matchup zone here. Trying to keep everybody out the paint, make them limit to the outside shots. Let's see how it works out for them.
Seeing a lot of man defense out of Team Iverson.
Let's switch back.
Brown. Here's Washington. And he's blocked on a shot. It's tipped out. This is Harkin the other way. Harkin finishes with the right hand.
There we go. Iverson getting out in transition.
Go.
2-point match. Washington. Downhill, and he's fouled on his way to the cup.
It's one thing I'd like to see more from Your Majesty. We've talked about it with him. We've talked about it with Coach. Is he could really shoot it. He spaces the floor. He's got deep range, but using that to drive closeouts and get to the rim, I think, I'd love to see the aggressiveness on that drive here and earn a trip to the stripe.
Washington will shoot two. 42-39 sideline cancer.
Every time Iverson inches closer, Sideline pulls away with either a free throw attempt or another outside shot. Let's see if they can close the gap here again.
Turnover.
Man, I'm telling you.
Sweeney. Too strong, but whoa, Lawrence Brown was there to flush it down. Now Lee, triple tries, coming up from the left wing.
Here we go.
There you go, Nazir Tyler.
When they get that pace going, they can really, they're tough to deal with when they get out in transition, whether it's living at the rim like Nick Harkin did a couple possessions ago, or whether it's getting a kick-out three for Naz Tyler. But that's when Team Iverson's at their best.
Timeout, sideline cancer. Again, the longer these possessions go on for Team Iverson, the more discombobulated their offense looks. It's out of the transition, out of the quick runs, maybe 1, 2, max 3 passes, and they're knocking them up as soon as they get into their hands.
Yeah, they play fast, and I think if you said it, I think you nailed it. The longer the possessions go, I think it favors Sideline in a slower game. So it's really a battle of pace here. Whichever team can control the pace, I think will ultimately come out on top here. We have a 1-point game with just under 13 to go. You really see the difference in what pace these guys are trying to play. Sideline wants it to be a half-court possession game. Iverson wants to push and get out and run. So those are fun matchups to watch when it's differing styles and we see which style is able to prevail.
Stick around for our coverage after this game. We'll have our player of the game, and then it's Ball by Design against NYC Honor and Crown against Sizzle to wrap up the 3-game slate that we will be covering this morning. It's day 3 of 3 for Made Hoops DMV live session from the Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. Cameron Sweeney, the floor general for Sideline Cancer out of Hershey High School.
Switching everything here.
Sweeney in the corner. Finds Brown at the block. High glass drop.
See, you were asking for that in the first half to get Larry inside and use his physicality.
There we go. We're getting a little more chat on the defensive end here. I tell you what, Sideline, they are so long. Like, their arms are all, there's no passing lanes available at all. You got to pass it around.
There's Nathan Lee putting the exclamation point to make it a 1-point game.
And he's taking his time with it. Down there again, find him.
Tips off the hands of Moore, and that goes right into the right hand of Jack Kovner.
Might have to get a shot up here.
Like Carmelo Anthony that one time in MSG, right? Coming off the seats. Trevor Orr, head coach for Sideline Cancer, so vocal, right, alongside Nicholas Sullivan on the other end of the floor for Team Iverson. Two very passionate coaches about their respective programs.
See if Team Iverson can take the lead here in this possession.
Jackson slithers to the top of the key. Jackson, nice move. Can't get it there, but Nathan Lee follows it up.
Nate's having a big-time start to the second half, dominating the paint here.
Lee, 6'6", rising senior from the Universal Autumn Reed Charter High School.
Keep talking, Nate. Keep talking. I like that.
Sweeney, long 2.
2 hands on the basketball. Let's go. Push it.
Team Iverson first lead since way back in the first half. Down low cut, Harkin,
I've
up and
seen
under.
that play several times this weekend. Dribble hard at the wing, backdoor cut. The defender's overplaying. Easy layup. I love it.
3-point lead for Team Iverson. Washington hops, and he's blocked by Harkin. Sideline Cancer pressing out. Lee, pass intended after Francis tried to thread the needle. This is Douglas Layer on a Central York, Pennsylvania, standing at 5'8". Layer pop from the elbow and gets it to go.
He loves that right elbow pull-up. It's third one he's again.
And that left elbow push-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the rest of letting them play, though. You know, you gotta let them be aggressive. You can't call every single thing. It's gonna mess with the flow of the game.
Yeah, similar to the first half here, we have a great flow to start this half.
What a feed and finish.
With the left.
There's Timmy Dennis getting involved. Out of Episcopal Academy, 6'9", tallest player on the floor currently.
That modern day stretch 4, more comfortable on the outside, but it's good to see him put it on the floor and get to the rim and finish there.
Turn, drives to the corner. The hook with the right hand falls flat.
Another rebound for the guard.
Tyler works in the paint. Not rewarded for it. Sweeney settles it down. Leaves it for Your Majesty Washington, who paints it.
Here they come Sideline Cancer.
Hadn't seen much of the 3-ball the second half. Maybe these teams finding their rhythm from the perimeter. Jackson, he'll take it to the rack again, but he left it too strong, high off the window. Aiden Deal with the board, nearly turned it over, but Layer recovers. It's heating up here at court number 12. Turn.
2 hands.
Lost it. It's picked up by Gamble.
One of the lanes. There he is.
One more drop to the corner for Dennis. Hits the baseline hard, and now this time he's stripped.
Good defensive play.
Sweeney is fouled on the attempt.
Telling number 10 to shoot that 3 in the corner. I'm not mad at the attacking the rim. Got to be a little bit more secure with the ball when you're getting down there. That was a big fella.
Camden Jackson called for the foul. Guys, what have you liked out of both teams here as we approach that midway point of this half?
I think both teams are starting to get into a rhythm here, and you know, Sideline, when they do run, they run for threes, and they've gotten a couple here in this half. Your Majesty just hit the deep one, and I do think Iverson is finding a little bit of an attack against the zone. You see Sideline's gotten out of it, little man here, so I think the Sideline coaching staff understood that as well, that Iverson is kind of settled in against his own, so changing up the defenses, change up the pace, the flow of the game here, so should be interesting coming down the stretch.
Deal called for the violation on Francis. That'll send number 1 in black on Team Iverson to the line. Mentioned it all day yesterday. The shoe game from either team. A lot of flat colors. I don't want to say, anything too flashy, I should say, on the floor right now.
Corey's got the multicolored, different shoes on at the free throw line. Other than that, it's pretty simple across the board here.
Quiet colors, I should say, compared to yesterday. We were seeing Jurassic Park themed shoes. Looked like guys had old foams on, all orange and whatnot.
I don't even know where these kids find these shoes anymore.
I really want to see a Kicks on the Court Made Hoops event post on IG later. I want to see that.
Our social team loves the who's got the best shoes post. I'm sure it's coming.
Who knows? Maybe they're on the court right now. Quarter try is up and down.
Okay.
There's Nazir Tyler.
Third three of the half for Nas.
Iverson will not be denied this half. They're trying to maintain dominance.
Layer. 16-footer. Spun out.
Trying to see a lot of one-on-one play here in the game. I want to see the ball move around more.
Harkin is fouled by Douglas Layer Jr. Substitutions. This is Lawrence Brown and Cole Turn checking in for Cameron Sweeney in Your Majesty, Washington. Battle of Pennsylvania. Sideline Cancer Ballers out of Mountville. Team Iverson out of Horsham. Dennis spins, left hand pure. Douglas Layer intended for Lawrence Brown. Way off target.
Trying to get him involved. They'll find him. It's okay. Get a stop here on defense and get it back to him again. So we've got about 7 minutes left in this half. The defense.
Harkin.
That's tough.
And one.
And Nick's an extremely physical driver. He does an unbelievable job when he gets in the paint of finishing through contact. He plays great with shot fakes, and Nick, we talk about it internally a lot. Nick kind of keeps this team together. He does everything needed, whether it's making a timely three or getting in the rim and earning a trip to the free throw line. He's physical defensively. Nick's kind of that glue guy, but extremely talented. And I know a lot of the coaches here have been out to watch Nick, and he's had an impressive weekend.
Harkin, 6'5", rising senior out of Malvern Prep. I love it. This weekend, I've seen so many guys who are not afraid to attack and afraid to get a couple bruises and cuts. They love the physicality. Layer, jabs, step back.
Listen.
Nice look.
Just missed it, but that was excellent defense. Stayed solid, stayed in front of his man, didn't let him get middle.
Tyler, kick out. Harkin, bullseye.
There we go. He's turning up.
Team Iverson's found their rhythm here.
6-point lead as we approach the halfway mark of this second half. Turn, he will try it and buy it from distance.
Okay, now starting to heat up in this gym. Still got to play defense though. Let's get a stop here.
Tyler. Here's Dennis from the corner.
That's why he said he wanted him to shoot that last one. That's 100%. Exactly why.
You see the skill level starting to really show here on this court. A lot of talent on the floor. Guys starting to make shots here, and it's going to be a great finish. 5:30 left in the game here in a close one.
Lawrence Brown wants to get involved. That doesn't tickle any iron. Harkin with Iverson in transition, and he'll pump the brakes.
You don't got to rush anything now. You're up by 6, the largest lead of the game. Find a good shot here.
Dennis in the paint, spins, fires, left it short.
The Sideline trying to push tempo a little bit. Find the guard. Find the guard.
Here's Jack Curry back in the game. Now Deal from the right wing, front iron.
Here comes Iverson. There we go.
Francis, hammer down.
Timeout,
Sideline Cancer.
go.
Woo! Feels like the temperature just got turned up to 100 out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a good stretch right there for Team Iverson. Back-to-back threes, and then Corey with the exclamation point coming down the lane for that dunk. But Iverson's really starting to find their flow, find their rhythm, and turn this game up a little bit.
That's Jeff Kovner, general manager of Made Hoops. Jeff, in your evaluations of Team Iverson, how have they come alive here in the second half?
Yeah, they've controlled the pace. I think you guys touched on it early, and the zone initially kind of stood them up and had them out of flow. And once they were able to figure out how to play through that zone and find great shots, they got the ball to the middle of the floor and were able to get some kickouts. Forced Sideline Cancer to come out and play man, and once they played man, Iverson's been able to kind of run a little bit and play at a quicker pace and control the tempo of the game. And I think once that happened, they've been able to extend this lead here.
Tehran for Sideline Cancer. How do they dig themselves out of this 8-point deficit?
You got to get stops. It's going to take everybody. One possession at a time. Get stops. Make sure you get a good possession, finish, and do it all over again. That's what it's going to be. I mean, you're in a hole right now. Are you going to continue to keep digging yourself in by taking illegitimate shots and turn the ball over? Or are you going to concentrate, move the ball around, have a good possession, and then get back on defense and keep getting stops?
What will Sideline Cancer have in store for us after this timeout?
I'm sorry. A player picks the ball up in the corner. That's automatic trap for me. I'm sorry. You got to. You can't let him out of that corner.
Your Majesty Washington off pallets, and he finishes.
It's a big shot. That's a big shot.
That's two?
It looks like it was for two. Zip inside is knocked away, intended for Lee. Sweeney, corner try for a turn.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, they were making all those yesterday.
Jackson.
You can see Iverson turning to slow the pace down.
Sideline back in that zone.
Be too aggressive.
Gamble, wide open.
Look at him, man.
Look at the board from Harkin. Battle for it, tipped out of bounds off of a Sideline Cancer player.
Hit us all over the floor, man. Complete workhorse.
This makes winning plays.
Is he
Harkin,
about it?
corner three. Now this is Sweeney. Sweeney, Euro.
Good defense.
Still batted around by Deal.
Oh, ref. Okay,
A foul is called. That's on Nicholas Harkin. Cole Turn will loop it in. Quick set to Washington.
Faded on that one. Got to get your feet set better as a shooter.
Play call is Georgia from the Team Iverson bench.
There he goes, back into that zone.
Gamble.
Step up, 15.
Surveys for Harkin.
Those are the type of passes you want. You want those high, loopy passes you can run through and get a hand on deflection.
The shot clock expiring. Dennis hit it off the iron. Back out for Gamble straight away. Striped.
Best time to shoot a three off that offensive rebound.
My goodness.
8-point lead for Team Iverson. Less than 2 minutes to go. Washington. Here's Moore against Lee, and Moore traveled.
Sideline kind of become one-dimensional here. They got to start moving without the ball. They're just passing the ball around, hoping one guy can get it done. You can't do anything like that.
This is Camden Jackson, rising senior from Monsignor Bonner and Prendy. Lee. Sweeney's got the rebound.
So under 2 minutes left here.
Swing it. Corner. Curry off the side of the window. And Gamble comes away with it.
Come on, finish strong, Sideline.
What a save. At least it would have been if Turner not been there. Right place, right time.
Go. Come on. Keep fighting.
Camden Jackson with the heads-up play. Flipped it in bounds. The sideline cancer coming away with 2. Can Jackson make up for his mistake?
Didn't need that one. Early shot clock with a minute left.
6-point game. Here's a corner try for Jack Curry. Off the left iron.
They'd be hurting if he made that one.
Here comes the full court press. Gamble gets away from it. Now it's blank keep away.
Here's a half-court shot.
Some tired legs here for sideline.
And Jackson is fouled by Sweeney. Very nearly stepped on the half-court line. And that will do it. Team Iverson takes down Sideline Cancer by 6 points, 67-61. Teron, your thoughts?
Yeah, Iverson just outlasted him in the fatigue factor. I mean, both teams were fighting the whole game. Sideline Cancer had the edge for most of the game until that second half. Iverson came out swinging hard in that second half and just never looked back. I think it was a good game from both teams. I know they got 2 more left. They better go get some rest and get ready for those next 2. But both teams had very promising moments. I think the coaches that were here to see them play today were very pleased with what they saw from the play that came to view. I'm looking forward to seeing them again, too.
Yeah, I think the depth of Team Iverson took over in that second half. They kind of came at them in waves, got contributions from everybody. I think that's ultimately their biggest strength is they're led by Corey Francis, and he does a good job of leading that group. But they're top to bottom really, really talented, and I think a lot of guys stepped up. Nas Tyler made a ton of shots. We talked about Nick Harkin kind of just making winning plays throughout the game. Nathan Lee making winning plays. So I think ultimately their depth was the difference in the game.
Jeff Govner, Teron Patterson, Nels Williams with you here courtside. Team Iverson and Sideline Cancer just wrapped. Next up is Ball by Design against the New York City Honor before the Crown and Sizzle finishes off here from this morning. Not sure if we'll have our player of the game, Jeff. I believe you're being replaced by one of your top scouts here soon for our second game. Happy to have you on for the third. Really glad you're able to join us as well, though.
I enjoyed it. This was fun for me. Again, I appreciate you guys. This has been an awesome experience for our teams and our coaches to have something new and be able to be on another platform that gets more visibility. And at the end of the day, all we want to provide is as many eyes to these players and these teams as possible. So thank you guys for doing this. We really appreciate you, and I'll be tuned in for Game 2, and then maybe I'll stop back in for Game 3.
Sounds good.
Jeff. Thank you.
We appreciate the time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Jeff Govner, General Manager, Made Hoops. Teron Patterson, Nels Williams. Quick break. We'll be right back for Ball by Design against the New York City Honor next on Made Hoops, Day 3 of DMV Live. Teron Patterson and Nels Williams joined by our player of the game from Team Iverson, Nick Harkin out of Malvern Prep. Nick, congratulations. You're our player of the game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So regarding these early morning starts, how are you able to get yourself game ready at 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday?
I mean, it really starts with the night before. Like, you got to make sure you go to bed early, get a good night rest, and hydrate and eat some good food in the morning.
Tip-off is now for Ball by Design and the New York City Honor. Nick, you have a loaded team on Team Iverson. Obviously, you have Corey Francis, Camden Jackson, Dylan Gamble in there as well. What's it like playing against guys who are so high level?
I mean, just playing with them, it not only makes our team better, but it makes me better as an individual. You know, like, they find me on back doors, and just playing with them in general just gives us a better chance to compete in front of these coaches.
I tell you what, Nick, I've been watching you all weekend, man. I really like your game. I like your hustle. I like your grit. What's your favorite part of playing basketball?
First of all, I appreciate it, but I'd say my favorite part is just the satisfaction you get from like a good play, a good executed backdoor cut, just being able to compete and, you know, succeed.
Being from Pennsylvania, obviously playing from Team Iverson, what does it mean to play with that logo across your chest?
I mean, it really just represents the area you come from. You know, we're all from different parts. All these teams are from different parts of the country, but just being able to represent the area you're from, you know, really shows the world that, like, Pennsylvania, you know, Philly, we got, like, those type of hoopers that can come out here and compete and beat anyone.
Offensively, you guys are really successful at a transition. Are those types of sets what you guys run during practice, being quick off the pace?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, we focus on getting up and down the floor a lot because we got a smaller lineup with a lot of quick guards. So just being able to get up and down, you know, practicing that really is one of our strengths.
I tell you what, we noticed that when we were talking about the game earlier. You guys really do really well when you guys push tempo and push the ball off the floor. You find better shots. You take better care of the basketball. Is it the same for you when you are playing for your high school team?
It's not exactly the same. My high school team plays a slower brand of ball because we have like a 6'11" big. You know, we have some bigger kids.
Gotcha.
But for the most part, you know, the way I play is pretty similar. Just got to play hard, and you can really fit in anywhere.
There's Anthony Walcott for two for Ball by Design. Joined by Nick Harkin, our player of the game from Team Iverson and Sideline Cancer. Nick, what was your biggest takeaway, you think, from this weekend in terms of how you and your team played, and how are you looking forward to improving upon this performance?
I'd say my biggest takeaway is probably we could come out here and beat anyone, and as long as we play together as a team and just keep trusting each other, you know, we can come out here and compete and beat anyone.
Well, Nick, appreciate the time. Congratulations. You are our player of the game. Go enjoy some well-deserved rest. How many more games do you have today?
This is our last one, so now we're heading back to Philly.
Enjoy, man. Congrats on the weekend. I got one more question for you. LeBron and Jordan. You're on the record. This is live.
I didn't grow up with Jordan, so I'm going to say LeBron.
I respect it. I got you.
I actually have a follow-up to that question. Who do you think is right now the face of the NBA? Who is the face of the league?
I mean, I'm still going to say LeBron. You know, you put him out there, he's the most popular player, and he still carries teams to the second round of the playoffs.
Very fair, very fair.
Yeah.
We got a LeBron James enthusiast and apologist over here, Nick Harkin, our player of the game of Team Iverson. Nick, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a safe trip back to Pennsylvania. Hope to talk to you again in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
That's Nick Harkin. And welcome back, Brian Flynn, one of the lead scouts for Made Hoops. Brian, obviously, you joined us on the broadcast yesterday. Glad to have you back.
Thank you again for having me, guys.
Welcome back, sir.
We got Ball by Design against the New York City Honor right now. And, of course, Ball by Design features two of the top players in Quincy Doobie and Anthony Walcott in the class of 2027. What makes them so effective?
Yeah, for Doobie, he's a do-it-all guard, right? You see him playing on the ball a lot. You see him setting his teammates up, but he can really score it, too. I mean, he's been one of the top scorers on the MHC through the first month plus here. There's a reason why we ranked him 56th in the country, and he continues to just impress and get better and better as the season goes on.
Doobie wearing number 5, Anthony Walcott, number 11. Ball by Design out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. New York City Honor out of Fresh Meadows. Straightaway triple, doesn't tickle any iron from Kingston Smith.
Listen, he's a very good player in his own right, too. We ranked him 149th. Really good defender, great size, great explosiveness. He's the kind of guy who could change the game in the tenor of it with one play. But he's somebody who's also going to put a ton of effort in the entire game.
You can tell he has a high IQ for the game too. Like he can speed it up, he can slow it down. I'm becoming a fan the more and more I see him play.
Here's Walcott.
Here we go.
Working in transition. Walcott and the finish.
And one.
Anthony Walcott out of Pembroke Pines Charter High School, 6'6", rising senior. Brian, who stands out to you the most on the floor right now and in general on the New York City Honor roster?
Yeah, so Honor is spearheaded by Anthony Morrow, number 0, the point guard here. You see him involved with basically every action they do. He's got great vision, great poise. I know we talked about it with Isaiah Rose yesterday, but another guy who's EYBL tested, has played at the highest level as far as high school basketball. Really good player, and he's kind of how things start moving with this Honor team. But overall, Honor is a team that plays 9 guys. All of them can play. Emmanuel Malak is 13 that we see in the middle here is one of the biggest risers on the circuit so far. Their strength is their depth and their balance.
Walcott, step back triple right down Broadway. All by design. Setting the tempo early here. Nearly turned over. It's recovered by Murarchi. Right-handed runner and one. Or rather, was fouled.
Once again, another one of those games where it's like last day of the weekend. Come on, fellas. We just got to fight through it. Fight through that fatigue. Just got to keep pushing each other.
Yeah, I think one thing about the spring live period, if I had to change it, it's that we go back to 2 weekends and just do Saturday, Sunday, right? Full day Friday is great. Having 5 games in a weekend is great, but you see it here. There's a little bit of fatigue starting to happen. Guys are starting to check out mentally, and I think that's really the hardest part for them.
It's going to be a very short car ride, train ride, plane ride, whatever it may be, seeing as they'll probably hit the hay as soon as their wheels are up.
To be young again.
Janov, left wing, bingo!
Good assist, right? Number 11. Okay, trying to push tempo a little bit.
Corner three's up and down from Emmanuel Malok.
I'm gonna tell you what, I saw him shoot one yesterday and I was thinking to myself, why? But then you start to see him hitting, I'm like, okay, well, you start to understand why. He can really hit it, he can really knock it down from beyond the range.
Doobie banks it home after the crossover in the paint.
Yeah, Emmanuel's an interesting one. He actually started this season with Geo Baker Blue Devils, also on the MHC. Made a switch, and part of that switch is he felt that he wasn't being able to show his full offensive game. He's showing it here with Honor, though.
Ball by design, a lot of height on this roster up and down as Doobie turns it over to Murarchi. Murarchi works inside, and he's rewarded with 2.
I would like to see these guards understand or develop an understanding like, hey, 3 dribbles, I got to get off it. I can get it back. I understand it's a shot clock, but too much of the ball in your hand gives the defense opportunity to focus on you. If you're moving the ball from side to side of the floor, it keeps the defense off balance, and you're able to get those driving lanes and those open shots you're looking for. If you're just holding the ball, pounding it, the defense doesn't have to move. They don't have to adjust. They can just sit there and watch you and react to what you're about to do, which is probably going to take a bad shot.
Quincy Doobie made space, got fouled, and he's headed to the line.
Yeah, I think that's one thing for all ball right now. Their point guard, Felix Burrows, just committed as well last week, so they're still trying to figure out who's going to take over that lead guard role. And if there's nothing that we haven't established this weekend, it's that point guard play is so important. And you can really see that here.
Doobie puts ball by design up 14-11. 6 minutes gone by here in this first half. Brian Flynn, Teron Patterson, and Nels Williams with you here. Game 2 of 3 of our Sunday morning DMV live coverage. Great defense here by ball by design. Tipped out. Here's Doobie. Tries to split the defense. Gets it back and can't get the roll.
Still, good hustle play. Got the rebound. Just missed the layup. He'll get more opportunities as the game goes on.
Jelinski
Here we go.
One more. Maloke. Oh, yeah. Maloke stands at 6'11" from the Life Center Academy. Janov. Nasovic rises. Too weak. Moro, cross court. Mirachi rises. Tipped around. Janov comes up with it. In transition, this is Nasovic. Moro for Maloke. Nasovic comes away with it.
He had the same side finish. He could have stayed on that same side and just finished up strong on that side.
Doobie pulls up from the paint. Drop the bucket. Mirachi.
One more.
Moro. One more. Corner try from Jelinski. Rattles out. Doobie will settle the pace as we're officially 8 minutes through here in this first half.
Another good back and forth game here early on.
Janov tries to create space. Nasovic for Doobie.
Hunter's doing a really good job being solid defensively here.
This is Woodruff.
Got to get the rebound.
Follows up his own board, but he turns it over to Moro. Moro with speed. Tapped back in by Jelinski, but that basket will not count.
Like I said, I understand it. He's the best player on their team, but you got a man in front of you. You got to kick that ahead. He had one running hard up the lane. You have an opportunity to tie the game. He's kicking himself in the head right now. He knows it. He knows it. It's okay.
Still a 2-point ball game between BBD and the New York City Honor, and there's a travel by Doobie. Of course, ball by design wearing the blue and green and white striped jerseys. Honor wearing the white with some diamond trimmed green and yellow. Kind of looks like LeBron James high school jerseys, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, so New York Honor's a fun one. They're a first-year program, both on the MHC and in general. Their program director was a coach with short shots for a long time on the UAA circuit. He's unfortunately not here. His wedding is today.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes. So they put this group together from scratch. It's a bunch of guys from that New England Prep School Conference we were talking about yesterday, as well as New York City and New Jersey. They do actually find a way to practice 2 times a week.
Traveling to New Jersey, man, I know that's costly. Oh, my goodness.
A lot of guys getting on flights, a lot of guys getting on trains.
Janov denied by 𝘼aximizing. Moro goes behind the back to feed Jelinski. Runner.
Gotta get across. 10-second more.
Here's Doobie. Vardakis. Crowd beginning to form around court 12 for ball by design in the New York City Honor. 𝘼aximizing to the rack.
Number 1 is another one. I like him off the bench. He gives a really good spark to his team.
Walcott, right hand, can't get the roll. Moro shimmies to the top of the key. Steps into the paint and one.
Mama, there goes that man again.
So, Brian, explain to the listeners the New England Prep Academy circuit and why you believe that's some of the best basketball, and also just regarding the timeline for how these guys come together and align their schedules to play these types of tournaments.
Yeah, so the New England Prep School Athletic Conference is the reason, honestly, it's so good is because it's a lot of former college coaches who, for one reason or another, drop out of the college ranks and are looking for a place to still coach and scratch that itch. It's been the knapsack for, I would say, probably the better part of like 20 years, further back than that, certainly. But it's a rich history of high academic schools combined with elite coaches, and a lot of those schools actually put a value in their basketball programs being good and understanding what that means as a whole. So the buy-in up there is just way different than most other prep leagues around nationally.
Foul on the floor against Kingston Smith for ball by design.
I think one of the things that with this honor team that we're going to see here is their ability to have multiple guys actually create. And that doesn't necessarily mean off the dribble, but with action, guys who can actually pass, dribble, shoot. Andrew Adigbite is obviously a huge mismatch issue. He's only 6'6", but as a small ball forward, he can put the ball on the floor. That's number 22 here in the corner. Very good decision maker with the ball in his hands. Ditto for Austin Workman there, 23, who just gave it up to Morrow. He's going to make a lot of decisions and set his teammates up as well as he misses there.
Cholinsky on the follow-up. Morrow tickles the iron.
Once again, another offensive rebound leads to another three-point attempt.
8-point lead.
There we go.
For the boys from New York. Doobie, ISO against 𝘿aximizing. Or beg your pardon, Cholinsky. Doobie, downhill, and one.
And I think that's the thing that makes Doobie the most special, how quick he changes levels, gets low there, bursts, gets past his man, absorbs the contact, and finishes there.
Doobie's received offers from Villanova, Memphis, and Georgia Tech. Most likely going to be seeing a lot more colleges on that recruitment graphic in the next few months. Of course, many scouts from the ACC, Big East, Big Ten here this weekend. Virginia Tech, Miami, Notre Dame, Louisville, Xavier, Penn State, Rutgers, Creighton, to name a few. Worthman.
Move it around.
Morrow.
I'm gonna tell you what, you cannot let him get to the middle of the paint. If he gets a paint touch, it's a problem for your team.
That was Malok.
Another one. He does such a good job just getting to the paint and making the right play. Whether it was finishing over the top or finding the guy and just right in the right position, you can just tell he has a very, very high IQ for the game.
Malok gets to the line. Tries to put the honor up by at least 8. And he does.
He's having a good game today. Really good.
Morrow's a kid that's been playing 17U when it's not been sneaker circuit play for him since the 8th grade. So he's seen every situation. He's played a lot of high-level games. You can see that almost the processing there of like, okay, the defense does this, I'm going to do this. It's all second nature to him, and it's what makes him such a good playmaker.
Doobie rises and doesn't get the roll on the second straight triple try.
There he goes, run, big fella, right down the middle of the floor.
Worthman will try it. Off the mark. Ooh. Tap in. Malok's there. Ball still loose. Malok with the cleanup on aisle paint.
Got to have double digits right now.
Walcott drops it off for Doobie.
Switch.
Doobie.
Would love for Honor to be a little bit more vocal on the defensive end, but they're still staying in their lanes. They're being solid.
Woo! Look at the spin move by Morrow. One more from Malok. High level play here on court 12.
Basketball right there, man. It's good basketball.
How will Quincy Doobie and company respond? 𝘿aximizing has been busy on the right side of the court. He kicks it to the corner for Walcott. Drives baseline, up and under for 2.
Right. Well, by design is not going away, not shying away. Largest lead of the game, but still fighting.
95 seconds to go here in the first half, and the foul is called on the floor against Kingston Smith.
still having a hard time as a coach dealing with it's not late anymore. They said that the refs are taught to wait. It's kind of like a pause to see how the basket is going to fall before they actually make the call. But as a coach, you're like, okay, the foul was made 20 seconds ago. So I mean, you're going to tell me you're going to wait for the ball to bounce around the rim to see if the basket goes in before you make the call? Like, it is a foul or it's not. And if it's a foul, please call it when it happens, so I don't have to wait.
Andrew 𝘰aximizing will certainly take advantage of this call on the floor by our officials. That's a tough part, obviously, with basketball. It's just the pace of the play. You know, do you swallow the whistle? Do you let everything go? What tone do you set early on, and do you go against your code that you have shown to your players? And it's the game within the game that obviously stirs a lot of controversy. Doobie gets the switch with Walcott. Ball's on the deck. Walcott rises into a three-pointer. Jackpot.
Our own two-man game on this side of the floor for ball by design. Let's see how they respond.
Morrow leaves it up for 𝘰aximizing.
There you go, push tempo.
Right idea, just couldn't get the period mark. And there's 𝘿aximizing in transition. BBD coming out on the press. Here's 𝘿aximizing. 45 seconds to play in this first half. 𝘿aximizing, swing it out. Morrow.
Good shot, just missed it.
𝘿aximizing pulls it down.
Run the floor.
Steps up, straight away. Missed it left wide.
That is a really tough shot, man. It's a tough shot.
𝘰aximizing, one more. Morrow pulls up.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Time's ticking. Runner from 𝘿evelopment at the buzzer.
Way to end the half.
And that'll do it for the first half. It's the Honor 35, ball by design 26. Brian, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, real quick on that last possession there, I don't know if you guys noticed, right as Morrow catches that ball, he turns and looks at the clock and sees the time there. Obviously, great finish by 𝘿evelopment to finish that play off and get the bucket, but that's set up by Morrow understanding where the time and where everybody is on the floor.
That's correct. It's one thing you want from your leader on the floor, man, being aware of everything that's going on.
Ryan Flynn, sorry, go ahead.
This is going to be an interesting one, though, right? I mean, we talked about the two-man game with Doobie and Walcott. I mean, those guys are, I would say, two of a very short list of guys who can change a game on their own, right? So this is one that's far from over, even though it's only a 9-point game right now.
Correct.
But this can be an entirely different game coming out of the half.
Yes, sir, it could.
Quick break for the half. We'll be back in a moment from Court 12 from Baltimore, Maryland. Second half just moments away between Ball by Design and the New York City Honor. It's Brian Flynn, Teron Patterson, our rest of our production and technical crew here, and I'm Nels Williams with you for the rest of the way. Crown versus Sizzle on tap. This is game 2 of 3. If you're just joining us, Team Iverson against Sideline Cancer. That tipped off at 9:30. Here's Doobie for Ball by Design. Drops it. Nasovic rims out. And there is Nando Mararchi to clean up the board out of Cathedral Prep. He's been everywhere on the floor so far today.
Yeah, Nando is actually the all-time leading scorer at Cathedral Prep and considered to be like the greatest player in program history. So to see him take kind of, I would say, more a complimentary role with this team is really interesting.
Moloch with the hook. Pardon me, that was Emmanuel Moloch.
He is doing an excellent job being all over the floor. Rebounding, finishing, shooting, hitting outside jumpers.
Kick out. Doobie. 𝘼thletes got the board.
Run.
Andrew 𝘼thletes, 6'6", rising senior from the McDuffie School. Worthman will try a 3 and buy it.
And that's big for us, and that's the thing that college coaches want to see from him. That's the question, is how consistent is he going to shoot the 3-ball moving forward. He looked awful comfortable letting that one go.
Doobie left all alone. Doesn't miss many of those. Mararchi.
I'll tell you what, Malolo, like, he's in his second win for the weekend. He don't look tired as everybody else. He is all over the place.
He's another interesting story. Originally from South Sudan, was in Australia for a majority of his young life, and then moved to the States here 2 years ago. Missed the entire high school season injured.
There's a tip in there from who else but Emmanuel Moloch. Right on cue. Walcott acquires a screen from Woodruff. Look at this matchup down low between Woodruff and Moloch, and there's Alex Vardakis to slip screen by. Worthman wide open on a line, and 𝘼thletes cleans it up.
Tell you what, Ball by Design better start bleeding. It's getting ugly in here. One possession at a time.
Vardakis, very shifty. He can accelerate so quickly, as we see right there. Walcott for Woodruff.
There you go.
Makes it look so easy. 7-footer out of Calusa Prep.
Here you go. Thank you, sir.
Worthman from the nail and drops it down.
Walcott.
3 minutes through here in the second half between Ball by Design and the New York City Honor. Vardakis spins to the post. Spins it out. Walcott gets the bingo roll. Timeout, Ball by Design.
There you go. Let's see how they come out defensively to open this out of this timeout.
These ATOs are so important, obviously. Ball by Design, deep coaching roster of Casey Wooleb, Kyle Puccino, Manuel Burrows, and Quincy Doobie. And the Honor, Michael Murray and Nazim Perovic. Got to give credit where credit's due, right? I mean, all of these coaches, not just the players, are giving up their weekends to help grow these kids' games, right? Help develop them professionally.
Yeah, I mean, I joke around with these guys all the time. I don't know how they do it. You know, traveling around, being responsible for all these kids, but not only them, their families, making sure everybody's taken care of, the logistics of all of it. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into it. There are more than just the coaches that are helping make all of it happen, but this is certainly a labor of love for them, right? You have to love the game to be able to do something like this. And I think we have a lot of really, really high-level guys who are trying to build something.
Also have to give flowers to the folks in Made, just like you, Brian, behind the scenes. I'm seeing Made Hoop stickers, Victory Performance insoles, and DMV Live stickers on every single backboard. 30 courts, 2 hoops per court. That's 60, right? My math is correct?
Oh, absolutely. As somebody who's spent significant time in our operations department, that is definitely not an easy job either. And there's a reason why I left our operations department.
Here's Morrow. Maloke, kick out. Adding bite.
There we go. That's one stop.
Walcott in transition. It's stripped. Morrow loops it ahead for Worthman.
That's a good pass. Way to run the floor, too.
One thing about the honor players, too, none of them lack for confidence, and they're going to back down from no one.
That sounds like New York to me.
We asked to eat Eli King of Crown Basketball Honors, our player of the game, and Coach Sherman Rivers put it best. It's that Brooklyn swagger, right? That New York City swagger. It's like it comes by default.
And it really has. It really has permeated all the way to northern Jersey. A lot of these honor guys are from there, and we joke all the time. Northern Jersey is just part of New York at this point. That personality very much carries over. That chip on the shoulder, it's truly something that only comes from that region somehow.
And the pizza.
Yeah, it's the same thing that's with the pizza. It's the water.
It's the pizza and the bagels, right? Now, I can't recall if North Jersey is the pork roll or the Taylor ham, but I don't want to set the world on fire by trying to get that debate going as Maloke swats away the try from Janov.
He's having himself a day. Fill that stat sheet up, big fella.
Walcott, when's the best time to take a 3? These offensive rebounds, keeping these possessions alive.
The hustle. I know Sherm talked about this yesterday. This is the time right here when you have to lock in the most. You're up big. You want to maintain that lead. You got to lock in and don't let the team get back within that point margin. Within striking distance. It doesn't take much for this ball by design team.
Corner 3 from Janov off the heel. Tipped out. Recovered by Doobie. He swings the rock. Corner 3's up from Walcott. Overcooked it. Last out off of a New York City honor player. It looked like that was on Emmanuel Maloke. Or I beg your pardon, Kingston Smith.
We're about halfway through the second half, and Honor still has a comfortable lead. Let's see what the ball by design can do here.
Morrow, long 2.
Cannot let him get comfortable. I know that.
Maloke pinballs it.
Man, listen.
Corner 3.
I am a fan.
Bullseye.
I am a fan. I'm following this dude when I get out of here.
Emmanuel Maloke. He's heating up on this Sunday morning.
Ooh. Since the start of MHC play, LaSalle and Alcorn State have been the first 2 schools to offer Maloke. I think that's going to change a lot after this weekend.
For sure. After this game alone, I'm telling you what, he has been all over the place. Rebounding, finishing around the rim, talking on defense, blocking shots. Like, there's nothing in this game that he has not affected at all.
And at his size, he doesn't need to shoot it, but the shooting is certainly additive, right? It allows them to play 5 out. He's really shown that he can stick it if he's got time and space, and that's something that in the modern game is very, very important.
The next thing is head fake, 1 dribble to the rack, and on somebody's head. That's the next move. Turn around and look.
We see Villanova, Maryland, and Rutgers in attendance for this match on Court 12 for day 3 of DMV Live here from Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, BBD switched up their full court press here. Trying to speed up tempo and cause some confusion. Looks like it's working out. Let's see if they can capitalize off it right here.
Quincy Doobie's played a lot of minutes this morning. Very busy tournament for number 5 on Ball by Design. Walcott, 19-footer, cash.
He's really come out this second half on purpose.
Morrow, the Euro. Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, every time he touches that paint, it is a successful play or possession for his team. Every time.
Emmanuel Malok snares the missed Doobie 3. Morrow against Doobie. Chris Paul fadeaway. Not enough mustard.
You check, it's all good. In the middle.
Walcott drives paint. 𝘼bite right there for it. Flipped ahead. Malok underneath. New York City Honor are running away with it here. They've amassed a 14-point lead. Walcott hoping to slow it down on the ISO. The BBD's getting their shots. They just can't get him to fall.
Just keep him in front of you. That's all you can do.
Morrow takes a hard foul as he hits the deck.
Yeah, Anthony Morrow is not somebody who's a stranger to contact. He's the brother. He's got two brothers. One, Pete, is playing at Felician right now. The other, Dominic, is considered to be like a top 50 kid in the class of 2029. I'm very interested to see what those backyard wars are like, because they are all relatively similar in personality and physicality as Ant. I can't imagine that they don't actually just go at it at certain points. There's just no way. But you can also see how that kind of frames his game too, right? He's got a little bit of that backyard juice to him where he can just create in a way that it's just a natural thing that you can't teach to people.
Right. So fascinating to see so many successful athletes with so many siblings, right? It feels like the more siblings that play sports together, the better, right? I think of the Jack Hughes brothers, Luke Hughes, Quentin Hughes in hockey. I think of the May brothers and sisters. Drake, obviously, on the Patriots, and Luke May.
I think it's two things, right? It's as simple as you have somebody with you every day who's going for the same goal. You're pushing each other, right? It's also a part of, hey, this family has either been through this before or they're going through it together. And so they understand what it takes to play at a high level and to achieve these goals, right? And that's just something that, again, you kind of have to go through. You can't just learn that on your own.
It's also the psychology behind being pushed by another person, right? If you go at something individually versus with someone by your side, odds are you'll perform better with some form of competition that you can base yourself against, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Ball by design, got it with an 11. Let's see if they can keep pushing. Got to get stops, though. Oh, that ain't it.
Malok from the corner. Worthman keeps it alive. Malok! And the foul.
They are just relentless on the offensive glass, whether it's 𝘼bite, whether it's Workman, whether it's Malok. Somebody is always sticking their nose down there trying to see if they can get one more possession.
It's a 1-2. Just got to want it more than the other team.
Brian, what's next on the calendar for Made Hoops after this weekend?
Yeah, so next weekend we have an event in New York City called the Collision, which will feature some of the best sneaker circuit teams in the Northeast, as well as obviously our MHC teams. There's also a takeover showcase in Pennsylvania the same weekend. One thing about Made Hoops, we never struggle to find a weekend to pull off an event.
I bet.
We got 110 of them this year.
Made Hoops on the rise, as well as these individuals on the court now, including this man here, Quincy Doobie. Reloads, swings it out. And Malok draws the foul.
I want to know what you said. Did you put in the elbow?
This BBD team is one that's a little bit in transition here. Their 2026 group all found the right college homes in the past month. So you got 4 guys off the team in the last 3 weeks. You got 4 new faces in here. You can see that they're still trying to figure out how this group is actually going to kind of mush together, right? And they're going to look a lot different in July than they do right now.
Just based off of feel, this BBD team has such a deep roster loaded with talent. but they just haven't gelled and come together to make that fit, right? The puzzle pieces are there. They're just having trouble putting them together.
Yeah, which is actually very, it's not the BBD way at all. I mean, Casey Woolley, the director there, built this thing basically out of North Broward Prep where he coaches. And most of his teams have kids who have been together for 5-6 years at minimum. This is the one team that they didn't have at an age group and had to build from scratch. So they built this team from scratch this year and then had to essentially half rebuild it on the fly in the past 3 weeks.
Wow.
Hey, if you're putting kids in college, which is the real reason that we're all here, right, that's a great problem to have. I spent some time with him this morning, and the BBD program, as good as this team is, the 16s are just as good, and the 15s are also just as good. So they're here now, but they're here to stay.
I know that's one thing coaches pride themselves on, establishing that culture and making it last beyond just those wonder years, you know, decades.
The difference between a team and a program.
Right?
You can have one group. Can you have 3 good groups at a time? Can you sustain it over the 5-6 years? That's the difference.
This is 𝘼aximizing. Swing it for Worthman. Right hand blocked, and that is a goaltend.
The one thing I talk about with my bigs a lot, especially on the defensive end, you're tall, your arms are long. You gotta play with your arms at a certain height level when you're playing defense. If your hands are all the way down here, it's gonna take that much longer for your hands to get up and to get a deflection to block a shot. Number 23 right here, his hands were down. If his hands were already up, he gets that block without having to wait for it to come down. But his hands were down here, just take that time, explode through it, get up, and then get hands on the ball. It's time consuming, and that's why he wasn't there in time to get the block.
Doobie spinning around.
I'll tell you what, I would not want to guard that guy for 30 minutes, I promise you.
Walcott, step back, striped.
A little bit different player than his father, but you could definitely see the influence that Quincy Doobie Sr. has had on Junior here.
Love seeing that, right? Every player, adding more moves to the arsenal from one another.
There you go. Get it with
Doobie on the jump.
Got to grab it with 2. Don't go for it with one hand. One hand is not enough. You need 2 hands on the ball.
I think the kid Meyer-Diu is going to be a very important piece for them moving forward. Can guard out on the wing at 6'7". I know we were talking about his hand speed and kind of understanding of the game. As he figures that stuff out, the physical tools are there. He's a pretty otherworldly athlete. So the upside's there. It's a matter of him just putting it together and finding his place within this specific team.
You see what I'm talking about? That point right there. He has got back to the basket. The hands are down here at his waist side. If you just wall up, you're 7 feet tall already. Wall up, you're 10 feet tall. And they had to shoot it over you, over and through you. But yeah, he's gonna get better. I look forward to seeing him in the years to come.
Less than 5 minutes to play. Walcott spins from the baseline. Can't get it to go. Morrow. Attic bite. Now Worthman. Push to the timeline. Left elbow J. Attic bite with the cleanup. Is the man of the game, Quincy Doobie, for ball by design. He'll try it. Too strong. Worthman snares the board.
Stop ball. Stop ball. Too late.
Worthman in transition. Coast to coast. Here's 𝘼aximizing.
3 seconds.
Morrow, swing it. Attic bite from the corner. Attic bite, trying to find help. And we have a foul.
I know he missed that layup there last time, but Workman has quietly been all over this game. He's really controlling the glass. He's defending at a high level, keeping the ball moving when he doesn't have an open look. It's a solid game for him.
How are we feeling so far with New York City Honor up by 15, Tron?
I mean, they pretty much got control of this game, man. Ball by Design is still fighting, and obviously, with those two guys at the helm over there, it's not out of reach yet, but still, it's like Honor has complete control of this game. They're firing on all cylinders. They're taking care of the basketball. They're not taking bad shots. I don't see how this game ends the other way without a W for Honor right now. But still plenty of time left on the clock, so let's see how it goes.
He's Teron Patterson, Brian Flynn, one of the head scouts for Made Hoops, joining us as well. And I'm Nels Williams. Next game on tap, Crown versus the Sizzle.
Hey guys, you good?
And now we have to get through Ball by Design and the New York City Honor on the Made Hoop circuit. Day 3 of 3 from DMV Live. This is court number 12.
You guys got a great guard matchup coming up with Aiden Green and Sizzle versus Eli King. Obviously, you got to see Eli yesterday, but Aiden Green is kind of the Minnesota equivalent. Really knows how to play the game, keeps the ball moving, really smart with the ball in his hands. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Great guard play. Definitely the theme of the weekend. Mirachi flips it into Morrow. Finds space, takes advantage.
In the paint again. There he is.
Doobie downhill off the high glass.
And you can see working his size is really bothering Doobie finishing at the rim today.
There's that hand up for Doobie. Morrow. Maloke.
Pass.
Connects with Worthman. 4 on the ticker. Mirachi's got to get a shot off. Off balance. It got there, and it's tapped out by 𝘼aximizing.
Look who it is.
Worthman. Uncontested. Ethical hoops coming out right now from New York City.
Absolutely, and shout out to head coach Mike Murray for keeping us abreast on what that shot clock situation was. A former Ivy League player himself, it's you can't stop him from doing it. It's the point guard in him.
Of course, we had discussions earlier regarding the shot clock. We don't see that at VHSL. We've had $1 for every time it's brought up every broadcast at this point. It should just be standard across the board, right? 30 seconds, all levels.
Yeah, my immediate thought was my condolences. Watching basketball without shot clock is just eyes bleeding, honestly.
Janov's triple tries batted out to 𝘿aximizing. Oh, what a move. Head can't get it to go, though. Let's just say we're very glad Made Hoops has one, Brian. I'll put it that way. Here's Morrow directing traffic. What a feed for Maloke. Lightning, then the Thunder.
This kid has done nothing but got better every single game this weekend.
Doobie at the post, right hand off the front of the iron. Worthman, one more. Backdoor look for Maloke. No looker at that for Morrow. 𝘿aximizing gets some help from Doobie, who tries to rock the rim but picks up the foul.
One thing I'll say for Doobie and Walcott in this game, I know it hasn't gone their way, but both of them have stayed in attack mode. They haven't shown any give up, and they're both trying to score the ball a little bit here. Not going their way at all, but you want to see that still.
Yeah.
As 𝘼aximizing comes out, takes a well-deserved rest. This is Quincy Doobie at the line, 4-star prospect in the class of 2027. Many Power 5 offers. He gets the and one. 20-point lead for the New York City Honor. We have a timeout taken by Ball by Design. Well, gentlemen, I didn't think New York City Honor would play the way that they did, or rather, we knew that they had this in them, but the fast pace, right? That's how we are where we are.
Yeah, a lot of decisive play by these guys today. I think we saw it down the stretch. I know I talked about it earlier about how BBD is a little bit in transition here, but Honor knows each other, right? They know what they're going to go to at any given point in time. And then you saw that run away from 8 points to 12 points to 16 points to now 20, right? They knew what they're going for every single time. And a guy like Morrow, who's going to keep everybody in order, being the playmaker and pulling the strings here, you see how he can shut a team down and close a game out like this.
Yeah,
that's Brian Flynn. Go ahead.
They're up 20. He's still playing with that intensity, like as if they're down 5. So I'm like,
it's a well-coached team. Jelinski for Morrow. We're just going to play keep away here. So I got a quick question. 30 on New York City Honor. What are those shoes? What brand is that? Those orange, they look like foams, right?
aren't those?
Do we know? Talk about the shoe game all weekend long.
They do look like foams.
They're not Hardens, are they?
They're definitely Adidas.
Yeah, are they James Hardens?
They might be, actually.
I mean, they look really comfortable, I'm not going to lie. But that'll do it. Ball by Design.
I come from the up-tempo era, bro. I need ankle support.
Same.
New York City Honor victorious over Ball by Design 70-50. Your final score. Tehran, then Brian, your quick thoughts.
You already know. Big fella had a heck of a game today. I saw him play yesterday, and I was like, I didn't know what to expect from his size and what his skill set was, but today I was in awe. He was all over the place. And of course, number 0, he does what he normally does. Control the game, make his team better, and then finish game strong. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of those guys in the future.
I think for me, we talked about at the top of this, the balance of Honor and the being able to get something from most of their guys. And you saw that today, whether it was Workman or 𝘼aximizing on the defense and the glass, or Morrow pulling the strings, or Malak being the finisher today. Everybody kind of chipped in and did a little bit of everything.
Brian Flynn, Tehran Patterson, Nels Williams with your courtside from court number 12 here at the Baltimore Convention Center. Ball by Design in New York City Honor just wrapped. Before that, it was Team Iverson and Sideline Cancer. And now we're just moments away from the Crown basketball team taking on Sizzle. Sure, we'll have our player of the game at some point. But Brian, overall, with this weekend about to wrap in a few hours from now, how happy are you with how things have gone here in Baltimore?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty fantastic weekend as far as turnout between both coaches and just the amount of talented players that continue to kind of believe in the Made Hoops circuit and what we're trying to accomplish here as far as getting guys to the next level.
Tehran, how happy are you with the level of play that we've seen from everybody who's come out this weekend?
This weekend has been amazing, man. Honestly, I've been, as a former player myself, and then obviously having children of my own, this has been one of the most well-ran tournaments, events, whatever you want to call it, I have ever been a part of and got to experience. The level of talent, the energy, the reffing, everything, the food, name it. The people at the gates. This has been an amazing event, and I'm really in awe, and I look forward to attending more Made Hoop events, I promise you. Thank you again for having us, guys, for sure.
Of course, and thank you for saying that. I mean, guys like Luke Smith, Jordan Tillotson, Chelsea Baez, who's been with us for well over 8 years at this point, they put a ton of work in it, and as our operations team, sometimes they get a little bit overlooked, right? They're the guys in the shadows making sure everything happens. We have everything we need, and we literally could not pull this off without them, and it's really just a testament to the amount of work that our team has put in to kind of pull this thing off.
We appreciate Brian and Tehran and I for being here to give you high-quality coverage of AAU basketball here for the Made Hoops circuit. course, we have Crown and Sizzle. Brian, set the stage for the last matchup of the morning for our coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we talked a little bit about Aiden Green and Eli King, but I think Sheard is going to be another guy that popped late yesterday. I'm looking forward to see what he does against this Sizzle front court that is athletic but doesn't have really the size to deal with him. So that's a matchup that I'm really looking for. And I think Isaiah Rose knows exactly how to take advantage of a team like this, and it's going to be a real mismatch issue for them.
Teron, how excited are you for seeing this?
Oh, this is another one. I mean, I saw a little bit of Crown yesterday. I have not seen Sizzle yet, so obviously this will be a new experience for us. I'm looking forward to the guard play. Like you said earlier, has been tremendous. Number 11 right here. He is an animal. You got to look out for him. I saw him yesterday. Number 24. I think that's number 24 right there on the baseline right there. I think it's number 24. Another versatile big. I'm very big biased. I know Sherm here yesterday, he's guard biased. I'm on the opposite end. I like to see the guys in the paint get busy, bang bodies, finish around the rim, blocking shots, talking on defense, being the anchor of the defense. So I'm looking forward to this one too.
Well, you and I are bigs, obviously, so we're a little bit biased.
You know what time it is.
I mean, it's so fascinating too. I mean, I'm like 6'5", and I would be a point guard in today's NBA, right? Like, I feel like my talents were wasted. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely. I should have worked on my ball handling a little bit more when I was younger, man. But it's all good. We're here now. We're still involved in the sport.
Hey, at 5'7", I don't think there was any question about what position that I played when I was playing. So it was setter, absolutely. Well, what I will say is the kids here have just done a fantastic job of all weekend of staying engaged and being a part of this circuit. And it's been a really special weekend for us. And I want to thank you again for doing this, because this is just bringing what we're doing here to another level.
Of course, we appreciate you having us. Seriously, we hope, obviously, we're maximizing athletes' development and exposure.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the mission.
That's the mission. Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining us. Emmanuel Malok, our player of the game, is waiting in the wings. Appreciate your time, and have a great rest of your weekend, and best of luck on the tournament trip and on the road trips.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. That's Brian Flynn, head scout of Made Hoops. Teron Patterson will be joined by Emmanuel Malok next here from the New York City Honor. Emmanuel, happy to have you with us. Number 13 for the New York City Honor. Emmanuel, a heck of a game down low battling against Quincy Dubie and Anthony Walcott. What fueled your performance today against BBD?
I feel like we had to prove ourselves, show people on the circuit that we could play, beat sneaker teams, beat everyone.
Obviously, you have a pretty stacked cast surrounding you with Anthony Morrow and Nando Mirachi. What's it like having that connection with your point guard, with Morrow finding you down low? I saw a few backdoor screens and even no-look passes that he was able to connect you with.
Yeah, we have good chemistry. Like, he always finds me. He knows where I'm at. Like, we always talk after the games. Like, talk about what we can do better.
I'm going to tell you what, man, I was in awe from your game today. You were all over the place, finishing around the rim, making shots, talking on defense, blocking shots. Whatever you did last night and this morning, you need to do that for every game from now on. I'm going to tell your coach, too.
Yeah.
But no, listen, I was really impressed. I'm sure some of the coaches in the gym were as well.
Appreciate it.
So, listen, keep doing your thing, man, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the future.
Appreciate it, you too.
Well, Emmanuel, really quickly, obviously there's a lot of college scouts and even college coaches here in attendance. How are you able to calm your nerves a little bit in seeing so many logos baseline and just play the game the way that you want to?
I feel like, cause I'm from Australia, so I feel like I came out here to prove myself, trying to get to the best place possible in basketball. So I feel like I have motivation to do better, and that's what calms me down.
What about being from the land down under and traveling from Australia to the United States kind of gives you the edge and the chip on your shoulder when playing on these types of levels?
I want to show kids down there that they can make it too, come to the States, and also do what I'm doing. Yeah,
So what's next for you guys? You have one more game today, or are you guys done?
We're done for the day.
Done for the day?
Yeah.
So what's next for the team? Next event?
I think July we play.
July?
Yep.
Okay. And in between that, just resting and getting ready for that?
Yep.
Okay.
July period.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you again, sir. Like I said, I'm a fan. Don't be surprised when you see me cover that follow coming on IG later. All right.
Cool.
Teron Patterson, make sure you accept that, okay?
Look at this guy trying to blow up his social media.
Listen, my man's going to be playing. He's going to be playing on Saturdays. I'm telling you, it's coming. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing that, man. Keep working hard.
Appreciate it.
You can't let him plug his socials without plugging yours. All right, drop the IG for the folks back home. What's the Twitter handle? Let it go. What
it's
is
Emmanuel _Malok.
Okay.
All right. This is the future right here. Emmanuel Maluk from the New York City Honor. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
Go rest up. Obviously, it's been a long weekend.
Yo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win, man.
Appreciate it.
Keep fighting. Tell your teammates the same.
Crown versus Sizzle up next, and I've been told, at least by the magic man in the ear, that we need to open one of these. Or rather, this will have to wait. Shout out Bowman, shout out Tops for sponsoring us today. We'll take a quick break. Crown versus Sizzle. Last game of the day for our coverage of DMV Live. It's Crown taking on Sizzle. Alongside Teron Patterson, Rudy King, I'm Nels Williams. Rudy, of course, thank you for joining our broadcast today.
Yeah.
What's your evaluations on the weekend overall for this tournament?
Well, I think the tournament is giving opportunity to a lot of the guys that are kind of in the middle of the pack. And also, you got some high-level guys here, too. And I think it's just a great combination to have. Unlike back in the day when you had an ABCD camp and you had a lot of camps that had these kids come and compete against each other, a lot of the rankings now are based on people's opinions and not playing and basketball play. So you see the colleges out here. It's great motivation for the kids. And I think it's unbelievable. I was just saying earlier that this event, man, has been one of the best events I've ever been to. I've been dealing with AAU for a long time now, being a parent and a coach myself. Just the energy alone, the way this event has flown, the amount of exposure, everything. From the moment you walk in the door, it feels different.
Yeah.
Crown in the black jersey, Sizzle in the white.
Yeah. Great basketball. Hey, these two teams are undefeated.
And the first foul of the contest. Of course, Crown, no player below 6'1". No player besides one, and Liam Scherr, class of 2028. Spoke to your son, Rudy Elijah, last night. He says he just spawned onto the team, but he has had such an impact in how he has really gelled with, his fellow teammates. Class of 2028 guy.
Yeah, he's very talented. And you know what the good thing about this is? The fact that he's gelling because of the coaching. The coaching is great over there. Chris does a great, him and his staff. I've been around 42 years, man. And they do game film individually with the kids, after the tournaments. They hold these kids accountable. If you look at their offense, they're running a collegiate type of offense. All of these guys, where they come from, are pretty much the dominant players. And what you're getting here is a combination of good basketball, good ball movement, and good representations for colleges to recruit from.
Zarazua slows things down. Very fast-paced so far. Kick out. Wiley goes up and draws the foul. It's on Sean McClain. Rudy, you've been around the game for a long time. 42 years, you mentioned? 46?
42.
42 years you've been around the game. In the past 5 years especially, and rather since the COVID-19 pandemic, how have you seen AAU ball evolve? How have you seen the college recruiting process evolve? And how have you seen it change so much just in the last few years?
Well, COVID depleted high school basketball. I felt so bad for some of these guys. Also some of the collegiates. But the rebound has been good. I think that the coaching at the local levels has to improve to help prepare these young men for the reality of what they're trying to do now. You look around, a lot of guys are not playing collegiate basketball. But you also have programs like Crown that do teach the game. So to answer your question, it's been a good push. And I think that the refereeing has a lot to do with it as well. You see these guys are running the floor. These guys are college officials. So it's been a quality experience. So this is good.
You talked about the refereeing. I've talked on that as well this weekend. I haven't seen any games where the refs have had a bad game or you've had unruly interactions with fans or the coaches. They've all been respectful. They've all been willing to communicate with the coaches. If they felt like there was a call that was made that they felt like they didn't agree with, they respectfully come to the coach and explain what they saw. And there hasn't been any issues back and forth. No, none of that. And I think that really speaks to the professionalism of this league and the personnel that you're having represent you all for the sake of this league.
Kobe Willis knocks down a triple.
It's been great watching these guys. Like I said, the officiating is so important.
Here's Rose. He will try it. It does not hit the net.
I would like to see him start his game from the inside out. He did a better job yesterday starting off like that. Yeah. See, he's saying himself. He knows. It was his first shot attempt of the game. You need to work on the inside out.
Of course, team crowned from Long Island, New York. Sizzle from Woodbury, Minnesota. Long trip to get to the Baltimore Convention Center. Both these teams, like you said, Rudy, undefeated entering today. Great matchup so far, especially ahead of us as we're officially 3 minutes through here in this first half.
Lots of speed out here. Guys playing the right way. You see guys using left hand, right hand, getting to their spots. And that's, a lot of the young people, as I watch them play, they don't really understand the recruitment process and what these coaches are coming to look at. A lot of guys are just doing too much. You just really need to master your space. If you're a lead guard, combo guard, do what they do. They don't need to see all of the things that you're trying to do. They need you to execute what it is that position requires. These young people need to watch more basketball. They're really built on a lot of the highlight stuff. You gotta watch games, man.
It is a highlight reel era, sir. Everybody wants to be seen, and they want the satisfaction of having that success right now. The world does not work like that. And I want to piggyback on what you talked about earlier about the coaching staffs that you have and how their approach to the game and teaching these kids, because they are still kids, how to build their IQ. The film thing is a huge thing for me. Like, if we would have had that, I feel like back in the day, the game would have translated a long time ago. You had VHS, and you had to sit there and rewind back and forth over and over again. Now you have the tools that we have with the advancement of technology. You got Huddle, you got live streaming, you got live broadcasts like we have right now. The game is only going to grow more and more as these tools are being utilized for the advancement for the advancement of the game. It's inevitable, and it starts right here with events like this.
This is Brian Zarazua Jr. taking a hard hit to the hard wood.
Call a foul. Is it offensive? No, it's defensive.
Kobe Willis will inbound. Senior from Benilde.
I'm about to say, the ball should be taken on the baseline there. The foul was called in the paint. It's all good.
We play on?
Yep.
Team Sizzle holds a 5-point lead. Aiden Green, he's attacked the rack with no hesitation, and he picks up the foul against Chase Robinson.
Yeah, this Sizzle team is really good. I watched them play 2 games. They move the ball. They do what they do best. They push the pace. They go downhill.
I better say they look like the type of team that's not gonna overpower you. They're gonna outsmart you, and they're gonna take their time and do what they do best.
Robinson turns it over. Here's Watts. And he also turns it over. Robinson goes up, gets 2 easily.
Take care of the basketball. We talked about this earlier.
Aiden Green from Minnehaha Academy, the rising senior. Working against Robinson. And it's tapped away by Elijah King. King off the front of the basket. Wiley the other way for Sizzle. Bullying against Rose. He's fouled. Isaiah Rose standing at 6'8" for Premier Prep Online. Both teams in double digits with Sizzle holding a 6-point lead. And this is Jamel Wiley, who's drawn blood on his left eye. He will have to sub out and head to the athletic trainer's table. He just took hard contact on his face to the left of his eye.
It's unfortunate because it's above the eye too, so I don't know. Yeah,
a box is cut.
Caden Lee Dawkins Ellis will check in for him from the Minnesota Prep Story Academy. And he will take his free throws as well.
That's one thing we didn't talk about earlier with the gentleman earlier. I don't know if you're aware of this, sir, but You talked about putting this event together. Obviously, you got the referees, you got the personnel taking the tickets and all that, and the personnel running the score clock. But what about the trainers? Where are they coming from?
That's a good question. But I do know that Made has always had the trainers here, and they've been very responsive to injuries and things of that nature.
Elwood on the cut, keeps it alive, but he turns it over to Dawkins Ellis. And he's fouled on the way by Emmanuel 𝘿aximizing. Yeah, it's interesting. Regarding the trainers, I believe that they're contracted out by local individuals because I learned this the other day and it makes absolute sense. Legally, you cannot hold a sporting event at the youth level if there is no trainer present. There has to be at least one present.
Yeah.
Preferably one for either team. But of course, that's another thing behind the scenes you just don't think about, that the fantastic crew here at Made puts together.
Yeah, they do a great job.
It's evident.
Rose bullying his way to the paint.
Keep moving, don't stand.
Weedy, one more for King. Elwood for three, no dice.
There you go. There you go, big
Rose on the follow-up.
That's what that's okay.
Another try, pinballed around. Here's Connor Watts. One more inside, underneath for Dawkins Ellis, and he turns it over. Weedy in transition, tried to pull up straight away, able to settle. One more in the corner, it's up and down from Emmanuel 𝘿aximizing.
Fought through all the confusion there, still found a good shot, knocked it down. Now he's going to stop on defense. Let's go.
Green around the screen. Watts, mismatch against Rose. Zarazua fades, fires, and scores.
Tough shot.
𝘿aximizing. Here's King. Wide open look for Elwood. Too strong.
Oh, well, he's going to make one soon. He's been...
Weedy off the offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the way up. Connor Watts called for the infraction.
Fast-paced, good basketball. Recruitable type basketball.
Obviously, a lot of scouts in attendance. Looking on today, we have Boston University, Villanova, Maryland looking on. Of course, also in attendance this weekend, Xavier, Princeton, Yale, Brown, Ivy League, MEAC, ACC, Big Ten, Big East. A lot of eyeballs on DMV Live, and we could not be prouder to provide you this high-quality coverage that we have.
Yeah, and that's the misconception, too, where, you know, and it's no disrespect to the sneaker brands or anything like that, but coaches are everywhere, right? They keep talking about how high school kids are not being recruited, and I think that has definitely impacted the recruitment of high school kids, but they're here. So obviously they're still paying attention to the young people. So I say to all of the young folks out there, don't be discouraged. Keep bringing it every day in the gym, in the classroom, in the weight room, getting it done, because trust me, they're still recruiting. My son is being recruited. So I'm saying that factually, that, Made has been a great experience, and the coaches are definitely in the building.
Has he had any discussions with any programs? You want to say that publicly?
Oh yeah, no, we've had discussions with a lot of programs. Right now, he holds one offer from University of Albany, but the list has grown since this weekend.
That's how it goes. Once that first one comes in, the floodgates open, sir. That's a beautiful thing. Congratulations.
100%. All of the work.
That's what this event is all about. And here's Liam Sherd checking in. Sherd, the lone rising junior, 6'8" from Kimball Union Academy, wearing number 30 for Crown. And the jump ball is called in the battle between Kyle Edmondson and Robbie Hunter. Yeah, that's what this weekend's ultimately about, right? You want to put these kids in front of as many coaches and as many eyeballs as possible. This inbound gets away.
Two hands.
Sherd recovers. Look at the hustle there from Caden Lee Dawkins Ellis.
Recruitable activity right there.
Like you said, Some of the kids, they don't understand. Like little things like that will get you noticed in the coach's eyes. The coaches are right there on the baseline. You think they're not going to say, "Hey, this kid's sliding at my feet for a basketball on the third day of a tournament, giving it his all."
Way long outlet pass. Here's Caden Lee Dawkins. Ellis fighting through contact.
Another thing, though, these kids don't realize that these coaches, they all talk to each other, man. They all discuss just because you're not getting approached by one coach doesn't mean he didn't talk to the other coach sitting next to him and say, and that coach didn't take notice. So you always got to put your best foot forward, no matter who's in the gym.
100%.
He's Rudy King, Teron Patterson, and I'm Nels Williams with you for the rest of the way here. Game 3 of 3 of our morning and early afternoon coverage of DMV Live from Charm City. It's Crown against Sizzle. This is Rose. Goes up with the right hand, and he's fouled by Kobe Willis.
Now you got to like what you see out here with these teams where they're playing collegiate-style offenses. They're feeding the interior. They're driving to get to their spots. They're kicking the ball out for the open shots, moving without the ball. They're defending at a high level. Communication is premium. They just look great out here. It's good to watch this type of basketball. It's like, you see a lot of bad basketball, but, here you see a lot of good basketball.
Amen.
This is Isaiah Rose to the free throw line. Rose, the lone senior on this Crown basketball roster. Everyone else except Liam Sherd is a rising senior.
I think you made another valid point there, sir. That also speaks to the brand. It's like it trickles down from the top. The organization, the operations, the personnel that you're choosing for as far as the coaching staffs, everything. It trickles all the way down to the product, which is the players and their play style and how they play and their approach to the game.
Yeah.
Like they're all willing to work hard and reap the benefits from that. This is why we're here, and this is why they got their parents driving up and down the country to come see them play and pay all this money.
Aiden Green gets tripped up. Ball floats into the hands of Robbie Hunter. Now this is Brian Zarazua Jr. Hunter backs out, and Sizzle will reset. Green splits the D. Takes hard contact. No call. Elijah King swings it to Sherd.
There you go.
Rose for three.
There he is.
Bullseye.
See, inside
Great ball movement.
Got a couple touches inside. Now you can go outside and play with the other kids out there. Go have fun.
Such fluid movement from Crown's offense so far today.
Good defense here. Oh, easy. You ain't got to do all that, bro. You ain't got to do all that.
Robbie Hunter and Emmanuel Ayeye playing a little patty cake.
You're trying to see him in the shoots. That's what's going on here.
Less than 7 minutes to play here. Close one between Team Sizzle and Crown.
It's been a really good first half. Not a lot. It's not very high scoring, but very efficient. Not a lot of bad basketball. Like the gentleman said earlier, not a lot of turnovers. They're taking care of the ball, finding good looks. They're just not making them. That speaks to the defensive intensity on the other side, though.
Green. Trying to find space is the Sizzle offense. This is a long try from Robbie Hunter that lollipops in.
Good shot.
High arcing release from number 9 for Sizzle. Sherd on the baseline.
Same
Beautiful
with him.
move.
I like him on the inside, too. I know you can shoot that outside, fella, but working inside first.
He's going to be very good.
What year is he, sir?
He's a sophomore right now. He's a rising junior. Goodness. Look at that. Oh, good rebound. 2 hands. Showing the athleticism. Securing the ball. Look.
Rose and Sherd. Two-headed monster of physicality on this court.
Here we go. They're establishing their dominance. They're trying to make a run here. Let's see what Sizzle can do. Stop the bleeding.
Reverse the basketball to the wing. Dumped it inside for the bucket.
Good talk.
Green pulls up. Short.
It's good defense, Crown.
Here comes Elijah King. Swing it. Rose. Corner. Rebound falls to Aiden Green. Another three-pointer is up and off the mark from Kobe Willis. And Chase Robinson will slow down the pace. Elijah King says no thanks, and it rattles out. Three-ball action so far in all these possessions, but nothing to come up from it on the score sheet. Sherd. Defended well by Dawkins Ellis. And Robinson has it knocked away, but it goes off the hands of Elijah King. Or pardon me, Brian Zarazua for Sizzle.
Both of these teams are getting too comfortable with settling for outside shots. I would like to see both of them attack the rim a little bit more. Be a little bit more aggressive attacking the rim. Shots aren't falling. The fatigue is setting in. It's your last game of the weekend. It's hard to shoot when your legs are tired.
Sherd. He'll try it and buy it.
He proves my point wrong. But listen, once again, man, bigs, man, you got to start it inside out. You can't start out coming out here shooting threes when you first get in the game.
Well, the way the game's evolved, that's what everyone's expected to do, right?
So different, right?
He can do it on both ends of the court.
That's why he's going to be special, man. I'm trying to tell you. College coaches, pay attention. He's a special talent.
Can't teach a lot of what he does, right?
Absolutely. Natural, gifted athlete that plays hard on both ends.
Look at them on defense and how they're connected they are. Everybody knows where the ball is at. Oh, that's tough. Everybody knows where the ball is at. Everybody's communicating with each other. There's a lot of pointing going on. There's causing chaos for the Sizzle team right now.
And that's just the coaching. Like, this is what I say. It's like, you see that with a lot of these teams. These coaches, a lot of the coaches in the quality games are not yelling and screaming at the kids. They're bringing them out. Their staff is talking to make adjustments, getting back out there and competing. And that's really a lot of the difference that you see. They're teaching the kids.
Tough look for Kobe Willis. Always got to be careful playing with that left knee brace. Chris Diaspora, head coach for Quran basketball. Rudy, what have you seen in how he brings out the talent in all players that he coaches?
Listen, I've known Chris for a long time, right? But we recently reconnected, since my son is at that age now where he's competing. And we were playing on the EYBL circuit. And he had a really good 16U campaign. But it was important that he had the ball more in his hands this year as he developed. And, Chris came into the picture. And I tell you, man, my son's game has evolved so much in the past 2 months. Like, he's a scorer. He's got 1,000 points already as a rising junior. He's one of the top kids coming back in the city. But Chris has collegiatized his game.
I understand.
So this is why we're seeing now. I mean, a lot of colleges were communicating, in excess of 20 colleges. But now it's a different kind of conversation.
Brian Zarazua Jr. blows by the basket, and he's fouled on the way up.
Chris is a great coach, man. I mean, he could literally probably coach at the college level of how he interacts with the kids, how he's really into the film breakdown and holding these young people responsible. He does an excellent job. Not at just this level. They go all the way down to the young guys. And you can see that the young guys now in his program are playing collegiate type style basketball. All of the teams run the same type of sets. So, whether it's the 9th grade team, the 10th grade team, everybody's running the same stuff. So when that young group comes up to this level, they're going to be 2 years of collegiate style basketball.
Advanced.
You know what I mean?
In their own regard, yep.
So this is what it's about here at Crown. It's a great experience for us.
Kobe Willis fouls Isaiah Rose.
Getting a little touchy here. A little touchy.
So Jake Elwood from Chaminade High School will inbound. Or rather, it's Michael Weedy, also from Chaminade. Don't see that too often. Guys on the same high school, right? On the same AAU team.
Yeah.
Always special to see. And taking a hard tumble out of bounds is Connor Watts. Connor, you can't mess with the advertisers' products, right? You can't mess with the one thing you can't mess with is the sponsors' posters.
Hopefully that guy, the parent, is all right. You know, we're a little older now. We can't take those hits like that. He came out of the chair. He was on the floor. But he looks like he's in shape over there. You see him flex his muscles, right?
Definitely takes creatine. Robinson. Too much mustard on that chai. Here's Green. Goes up. Offensive board, Willis for 2. Approaching the 2-minute and 30-second mark here of this first half between Crown and Sizzle. And a great battle between these two teams as Rose drops down the three-pointer.
Yeah, he has a very interesting game. He's not a tweener. He's about 6'7". He can play inside, outside.
I've seen that call go both ways this weekend. When the offensive player initiates contact by wrapping around a little bit. It's not really controlling, but it's still to the point where the defender doesn't have an advantage anymore. So I've seen, and obviously the ref was behind, so he couldn't see it. But listen, it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game. But I will say, as we mentioned earlier, the officiating has been consistent.
It's been so good, man. Like, you can't argue against any of it.
Rose.
Even the hard calls that are hard to make the block charge calls, they've been really good on.
Work, big fella, work.
He's on the floor. Yikes.
2 shots.
Okay. Now, for me, if I'm not, but if I was the ref, I'm calling that on the floor because it was on the way down after the offensive rebound. Unless he's calling the foul from the previous shot. But like I said, the timing of the call, I feel like matters when you're making that call. Crown has the lead now. Let's see if they can maintain it.
This is a quality game, good game.
All 3 games that we've been a part of today have been really good. There've been a lot of back and forth, a lot of lead changes, good coaching.
Watts, rack attack.
He's pretty good, man. I watched him play a couple of games. Like his pace. Plays downhill, plays hard, and he defends.
Rose bounces baseline and turns it over right into the hands of Watts.
Good misdirection.
Here's Arazua. Drano. Back and forth action to end this first half between Sizzle and Crown. Robinson. Spin it out. Triple try, rims out. That was Kyle Edmondson with the try. Green, rising and firing is Willis off the heel. Sean McClain snares the rebound.
Kick it ahead. There you go.
Rose, tiptoe in for 2.
There you go. Advance the ball. Kick it ahead. Get your early offense going.
Green blocked on the shot by McClain. Dawkins Ellis whips it in to Green.
The hands.
Rose intercepts. Some contact with Zarazua. Wow.
See how the referee handled that? They didn't go back and forth. Coach, we could talk about it.
Exactly. And I'm not going to lie, the coach probably does have a point. But, like I said, it's part of the game. You got to drive on. Next play.
McClain backed for Robinson. Gives it to Rose. Hop, skip, and a jump. Another tip. And clean up.
Good work.
He's looking like Boozer out here.
Oh, yeah.
What a way to end the first half.
Good job.
35 all here on court 12. Rudy, what are your evaluations after the first 16?
I think that there was a lot of good plays on both ends. The intensity was high. It's recruitable level basketball. I think that both teams kind of cooled off a little bit as far as the shots that they were hitting, but overall they competed at a high level, and this is why we have it tied up.
Yeah, I agree. Both the teams started out hot, like I said, but I think they both settled into their offense and their defensive practices, and obviously the game is tied up even right now. Speak to both the teams' approach to the game. And both of these coaches as well. I think we're in for a good second half, and dare I say, if it ends the way it ended the first half, we'll be in for a little extended play.
Rudy King, Teron Patterson, Nels Williams with you here courtside from court 12 between Crown and Sizzle. Second half approaching, but so far, guys, who do you think has stood out the most? First on Sizzle, and then we'll go Crown. We'll start with you, Teron.
For Sizzle, I'd definitely go with what's his number? Well, the gentleman that was giving them the business for sure was the gentleman that got hurt. But since then, what's his number? Number 1 right here? Oh, no, sorry, number 4. Number 4 right here.
Connor Watts.
Yes, sir. Number 4 has been definitely a spark for them off the bench when number 5 got hurt and out the game. But they still have some searching to do as far as figuring out who's going to replace him for the next. Well, it looks like he's back right now.
No, he's back.
He is. Jamel Wiley is back in the game for Sizzle.
And then, of course, for Crown, number 24. He's been all over the place. But I'm not without help. They've been really good, tenacious on defense, getting stops, and find the right guys. He's just been the one putting in a hole for them.
Yeah, I like Green and Zay, 24 for Crown. They both been playing pretty well. One has been controlling the pace. I think his name is Green. They've been playing well.
We're off and running for the second half.
Turnover
Starts with a Zarazua turnover.
I feel like number 11 is taking a back seat today. He was a little bit more aggressive yesterday when I saw Crown play. Can you speak to that at all, sir?
Oh, yeah, Sean. I forget Sean's last name, but
McLean.
Yeah, McLean. Sean McLean. As you mentioned earlier, this is game 4.
Yes, sir.
So, some of these guys are a little tired, and each team represents a different type of challenge.
Failed inbound. Willis can't scoop and score. Back in is Wiley, and he's fouled going up.
So, yeah, he's, Green is a kid that is a perimeter slasher type guy. And I think different days, I think Elijah mentioned it yesterday, different days, different guys step up, but they all compete and do other things when the shot is not falling or whatever the scenario may be. But yeah, it's a different day.
Yeah, he's definitely being a terror on the glass, defending. I just know that yesterday on offense, he was all over the place.
Watts.
But I'm like, 24's got it going today, so I'm like, you can take a backseat today. You don't have to do it all by yourself and be the hero.
Yeah.
Do other things to contribute to the game and success.
Robinson directing traffic. There's McLean, number 11 for Crown, we've been discussing. Rose is fouled by Willis. Inbound will come from the far sideline.
He's doing a good job defending number 24 in the post down there. Not only established close to the basket.
Here's King.
See, there he is, getting pushed out.
Leaves it for Robinson. Booyah!
8 has 4 fouls. 8 has 4. Ow!
I don't have.
8. Number 1 has 4. Oh, 8.
Zarazua responds.
Here we go.
You said number 8. I got 4.
There he is. Find him.
Corner three for Rose. Book it.
And listen.
Inside, outside guy, keep saying.
I know we've been talking a lot about the guard play this weekend, but these bigs, man, have been very impressive. Stretching the floor out, being leaders on their team. Like, I've been highly impressed with the big play this weekend.
Man of the hour, Isaiah Rose.
No.
Backing down against Wiley.
Too small. Get off me.
And one.
But you saw them play yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And they took about 43s, right? They shot at a high clip yesterday, but now they're bringing the ball inside because they're making the adjustment to who they're playing. So, you know, he's touched the ball inside a lot today.
And he should. He sure enough should. Honestly, there shouldn't be a possession where he doesn't at least touch the ball at least one time.
Absolutely.
Glad to see Wiley back in. He's made an impact already. His presence was sorely missed. Sizzle, though, fared well without him. Interested to see how the game evolves with him back in play. King, swing it. Another corner three for Rose. Off the mark. Zarazua goes off the hands. Here's King.
He was
opposite corner try for Robinson. Too much mustard. King's there for the stick back.
Sorry. He was one of the ones contributing yesterday to number 5. I saw him yesterday. He was knocking out a lot of outside jumpers for you all as well.
He can shoot that rock. All of them can shoot.
Yeah.
They one of the better shooting teams.
See?
Aiden Green is fouled by Isaiah Rose.
I don't know when that started, but I really do not like that they wait so long to make the call. Like, clearly he missed a shot. I'm thinking if I'm on corner, I'm thinking we're getting the offensive, we're getting the rebound and we're gone. Hey, listen, got to be adaptable, right? The game changes.
I think the thing, the mindset is just get the right call. You know, sometimes that whistle may be delayed, but get the right call. That's an adjustment. I'd rather get the right call than something like that happen and then becomes a habit and then the game gets out of control.
Aiden Green cannot extend Team Sizzle's lead. Elwood.
Good basketball.
Kick out. King. Wide left. Dawkins Ellis ahead for Green. Couldn't connect, but it goes off a Crown player.
Unfortunately, our NSMT camera is not on the baseline to review that call, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, I just want to say real quick, thank God there's no replay in AAU.
I tell you what.
Boy.
Rose taps out the inbound try from Dawkins Ellis. Will reset.
That was definitely a replay type call.
I can't even fathom how late we'd all be getting back to the hotels. There's replay review. Wiley.
We wouldn't need the room. We'd be into the next day.
Well, there's no outside lighting in here or clocks anywhere listed on the walls of the convention center. So really, you know, unless you have a phone or a watch on you, you have no idea what time it is. It's a very liminal experience. It's interesting. But
very interesting.
I mentioned this earlier. Rudy, I'm interested to see if you agree. The high-quality hoops is hypnotizing. It's like every court pulls you in and draws you in because of how well these guys are playing.
Yeah. It's been a great experience. I'm a guy, I like to watch a lot of basketball. I help a lot of young people in the New York region. So I come and watch a lot of their games and, I talk to them post the event. But it's been good basketball. It's really been good basketball throughout. And it's just a testament to youth basketball and how AAU can help.
Robinson leaves it for Elwood, but there's a foul before he can get the shot off.
So a close, tight game here.
It was a very fast-paced first half, but I feel like things have really settled up here in the second. Here's Sherd back in. Gets his own rebound. 𝘿e comes away with it.
The hustle back on defense. Let it spread back.
𝘖arazua. Book it.
Good shot. Good trailer possession.
Bank is open on Sundays for Brian 𝘖arazua Jr. Here's Rose, the mismatch against Dawkins Ellis.
Easy work. Easy work. Good basketball.
Watts for
Caught that ball
Sizzle.
about 10 feet away from the back and still got all the way to the rim.
Timeout taken by Quincy Caldwell and Sizzle.
Good timeout.
Rudy, let's talk to you about Crown.
Yeah.
What have you liked so far in these first few minutes in the second half?
Oh, they look more so they realize that they can get the ball inside, feed the interior. You know, it's not me ball. You know, this is what's working. Let's make it happen. So, you know, even though they're trailing by 3 right now, it's just been a more settled and an understanding of what's been happening good for them. So, you know, I think that the perimeter will pick up a little bit. But defensively, they got to do a better job of picking up that trailer that's knocking down that shot, whether it be a 3 or getting to the rim, to keep this game close. Because Sizzle is a team that, listen, if they get hot, they score a couple of baskets. Next thing you know, you're down 10. So, you know, I think they just got to lock in a little bit more defensively.
Teron, how about Sizzle?
Listen, they have some grit to them. I mean, I keep looking down the score, looking to see who's up, and it's like every time I look down, it's going back and forth, but more so towards the Sizzle side. So they're doing something right. They're getting stops. I mean, they're making their shots, and they're putting the pressure on. We'll see how it pans out for them in this next couple minutes here. We're third our way through the calf.
That's Teron Patterson, Rudy King, Nels Williams with the ear for our coverage of DMV Live as Elwood tried to snake in a three-pointer.
That's another one. That was a replay call.
The laws of physics do not apply here at Baltimore Convention Center.
Green.
That's a good cut.
Kick out. Blocked by 𝘖arazua. 𝘿e goes up. Too strong.
Run. Keep running. Ooh.
Look at this. Isaiah Rose leading up the floor.
He's really a guard, man. I'm telling you.
Big guard. I like it.
Sherd goes up. And look at the physicality from Watts. Hearing Coach Caldwell saying, move it, relax. He wants to see more movement off the ball here from his offense. Crown not giving Sizzle much to work with. That shot from 𝘖arazua spins out. Rose turns it over. There's Dawkins Ellis. Now 𝘿e. Loose ball.
I understand it, but I need him to play off the ball a little bit more. Yeah. I need him to play off the ball like they were having success with getting the ball to him in the paint or driving kicks. Not so much with him bringing the ball up the floor and running the offense. Let's
talking about Rose.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, he's coming out. Let's get to a guard, and you can go to work. Get back to doing what you were. He's gonna go take a little break right here. I'm sure he'll be back in the next couple of minutes, but move the ball around, get it to the guard, and you can go to work in the low post or the high post or on the wing. I don't know. Being the focal point of the offense and you bringing the ball to the floor, I feel like is a disadvantage because the whole offense is focused on you, and we know you're going to try to get to the rim. So we're able to pack it in, making sure you can't get a clean look. We'll see what happens when he gets back in the game.
𝘖arazua is fouled by Elwood.
You gotta like what you see with Sizzle. They know it works for them, and they push to get to what is good for them. Like they dribble, drive, they read and react, they share the ball. Good program.
So Brian 𝘖arazua Jr., son of Brian 𝘖arazua, at a Minnesota Prep Academy, a rising senior. listed as 6'5". Looks like everyone's lined up as if though this is a shooting foul, but now we're going to the baseline here. And we need a towel for some sweat and fluids on the floor.
I was about to say, this is the first time, I mean, I've watched Sizzle play a couple of games this weekend, but this is the first time I'm seeing Minnesota basketball. And it looks good. It looks good.
Sizzle hailing from Woodbury, Minnesota. Crown from Long Island. Central and East time zone battle here in Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. Of course, we've had teams featured from Florida, Pennsylvania, Maryland, of course, New York. In our coverage here at DMV Live. 2 for 2 goes 𝘰aximizing Jr., and we have ourselves a ball game. 10 minutes and ticking remaining here in the second half.
Let's go. Turn him again. Turn him again. There you go.
Elwood. He's stuck. King's here to help him, though.
I feel a big shot coming on here from...
Sherd loses the ball. Watts is fouled and won by Ayeye.
Sizzle making a run.
I would prefer to see the defender. He had the advantage. I would prefer to see the defender get in front of the offensive player and take the charge. You slow down to get a block that you're not guaranteed to get. And then also that you let the player make the foul and the free throw. Make the basket and the free throw, as opposed to giving up your body, taking the charge, and possibly putting your team in a better position to take this lead.
It's Wiley. 5 points in 2 possessions for Sizzle.
Come on, guys, have to bleed in here. Here we go.
How will Crown respond?
We're going to be seeing 24 come back in here soon. Yep, he's already at the bench.
Edmondson.
Got to move it.
Good defense here from Sizzle in the block. King chucks up a 3. Oh, yeah. And now we have Jamel Wiley, who exited the game earlier, getting hit near the eye, is down below the basket.
He's had a rough afternoon. He's up, though. You don't want to see any of these young guys get hurt out here.
No.
You know, you want them to be able to compete. He's showing a lot of grit right now.
Seeing blood on a few players' jerseys.
Yeah.
A lot of bruises. These players are tired, beaten, and battered after 3 long days of physical play against some of the best that these schools and these individuals have to offer.
Oh.
7-point lead for Team Sizzle. Green pulls up from the paint.
That's a tough shot. Nice. That's a recruitable shot right there. Young people watching this, you want to get to that middle pull up. Chris Paulish.
Nice set.
Now Watts will settle things down for Sizzle, who has extended the lead to 9. Can push it to double digits on this possession if they get it.
You can't let Wiley get to the paint like that. Can't let him. He's not settling for jumping. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to get to the rim and put you on your heels.
Weedy will try it. Sizzle ball.
Way to help your partner.
Changed now to Crown.
Way to help your partner.
That was clearly one of those ones. That was clearly one of the ones that should have been reversed. They got it right that time.
Weedy loops it to King. Rose, 3. Climbing the ladder is Wiley for the rebound. 𝘰aximizing. Here's Wiley. And he's stripped on his way to the cup. And fouled.
Yeah. Got to keep him out of the paint. Got to.
He's been getting there consistently, willing his way to the bucket.
He's fast, he's strong, and he knows where he wants to get to.
We're officially past the halfway point here of the second half. Green thought about the three. Goes to the elbow. Right there is Dawkins Ellis. Tipped around and put down.
Yeah, 24. We need you in there to bang around and get rebounds.
𝘿. McLean spins down to the block, goes up and one.
Big bucket, strong, good footwork.
Being able to get that shot up after having that man hanging on you like that, that's tough.
Foul's called on Connor Watts. That'll send Sean McLean to the line from the Avenues, the World School.
Crown really needed that bucket. Momentum is shifting heavy with Sizzle.
We were cruising in the first half. Now it feels like the second half has slowed to a crawl as both teams are really taking care of their possessions here. 3-point play for Sean McLean. Sherd will sub in for him.
Got to get a stop here. And for Sizzle, you don't get complacent. Keep taking your time, finding your shots. Take care of the basketball.
Watts is fouled on his way down Broadway.
Contract do a better job of staying in front of their man. There's too many times now where guys are getting to the rim.
Here we go.
With a takeaway. Taking flight. Oh, and he can't put the exclamation mark on. Sizzle. And Robbie Hunter stepped out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Coach Caldwell saying, let it go, next play. I mean, that's just what you got to do, right? Forget about it and move on. Especially after you're giving up.
He ate it.
After Sherd, right?
Yeah. Tough possession for Sherd. I thought it was going to be super highlight.
Listen, he took responsibility for it. Coach shook him off. He's going to come back here in the next couple of minutes and he'll make up for it.
Robinson overcooked his triple three try. Green just lofts it up. Nearly went.
Grab the ball with two hands.
𝘿 is fouled.
That might be a goaltending. He hit the rim on the attempt. Basket's good.
And the basket does count. And the foul against Connor Watts. So that will send Michael 𝘿 to the line. And it's a 7-point game.
I say to all the coaches out there, go get your referee's license. It teaches you about the game. I know it made me a better coach. You know, I know the rules. So when things happen like that, you're not wasting time arguing about the call because you understand.
What you talking about? Kobe Willis with the three-pointer. And now we have Isaiah Rose, who is forced to sub out due to blood by the left knee.
I think they need to check all these players. There's a lot of blood on jerseys. Everybody's cut. You know, there's not everybody. There's a lot of people cut out here.
Eight-point game. Officially past the 6-minute mark of this second half. Robinson right down the lane, gets a favorable roll.
Tough bucket.
Not letting up. We got to be better on defense. We got to get a stop. And stop fouling.
Watts tries the reverse. The stick back is there by Dawkins Ellis.
It's not enough effort on the end. Get him taking a tough layup, tough contested layup, and nobody's there to clean up the glass.
King crossover triple. Batted around, but coming down with it is Dawkins Ellis.
Might take a charge. There it is. There it is.
And yes, Dawkins Ellis called for the charge. Teron Patterson predicting the like he's polymarket.
Got to.
That's a lost art, taking charges.
It's a toughness thing.
Yeah.
You're giving up your body. It's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna make the highlight reel. But I tell you what, it's gonna get you the ball back. It's gonna give you a chance for your team to succeed. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to win the game. It's a winning play.
Ball to the court.
Robinson tries to split the D. Elwood off the glass and off the rim. 4.5 minutes to play. Green drives and one.
Gotta stay in front of your man. Too many times right now, Sizzle's coming down, one dribble, and they're going to the rim. And there's nobody in help side to pick up the slack. Even though you shouldn't be relying on help too much anyway, but still, Crown has to be better at guarding their man in the half court.
That's a credit to Sizzle's offense, too. They space the floor really well. And like I said earlier, they are very determined to get to what they do best, which is attack from the perimeter.
Some more fluid on the floor. That tough charge. Foul taken. Very eventful match between these two teams. Feels like we've seen a lot of injuries, some dunks, some missed dunks, a lot of fouls, especially in the second half. First half had high tempo. Second half started out slow, but here we are with both teams picking up the pace. Crown trailing by 9.
There we go.
By 11, I beg your pardon.
There we go.
Robinson pulls up. Green with the board. Zarazua Jr. splits the D, leaves it short, follows up his own board, hits the deck, and he's called for the travel. And he is slow to get up, holding his elbow. We hope that he is okay.
He hit his funny bone as well.
How is that not a push? No push? Stop.
So again, we got to get the towel out. You'd think we're playing in a sauna the way that sweat's all over the floor. 4.5 to play between Crown and Sizzle. Elwood intended for Rose. It's batted around. Zarazua comes away with it.
Keep playing hard.
Green right down the Broadway. Makes it look too easy.
I'll tell you what, Sizzle hadn't taken a jump shot in the past, 5 minutes.
Weedy responds.
Big bucket. But again, to your point, Sizzle understands what they do well. They're going downhill. And you got to make a determination stop.
That's what it is.
Green makes the space. Wide left. Kept alive by Watts, but out of play. Great individual effort there by Kobe Willis to try and keep that in play, especially with the left knee brace too.
Yeah, that looks like a recovery brace, like he might have injured himself and he's just getting back. So this is what they need to go back to.
King slings it for Weedy. Right-handed runner, pure.
Got to get stops now.
Yeah, stops are important here. Got to communicate a little bit better on those screens.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Zarazua.
Don't miss too many instruments, man.
Willis climbs the ladder for the board. Fast-paced play here as Hunter establishes the possession.
Over here. These corners. Hey, that jumper. Over here, Robbie. Wait, you got him.
Green curls around the screen. And got it to go.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, that good defense is just, wow.
That was a good bucket by Green.
Look down.
Rose from Sherd for
pass. 2. Good pass by the young fella. Good finish inside.
Hey, Robbie, over here.
Got to get a stop here.
Right now, up 8.
Over here, Aiden. Over here, Aiden.
2 minutes remaining.
Over here. Come on, Cole. Come on.
8-point match.
They have to defend this pick and roll.
Green again, swatted away by Sherd. Now King pushing it. Corner 3, 𝘿evelopment on the way, good!
Collegiate play right there. Good pass. Good ball rotation.
Got to reach.
Oh, nearly turned over. Here's Green. Defended by Robinson. Hunter rises and fires an off-mark 3. Right there for the board is Zarazua, though. 𝘿evelopment's got it. 2 pivotal 3-pointers recently.
So, 5-point game. Crunch time.
Robinson.
Find him. He's opened up.
And he turns it over to Hunter. Hunter against 𝘿evelopment, up and under.
Don't have to have a 3.
Yeah, that was a big turnover.
Yeah.
King.
Good pass.
Sherd. Need it. Got it.
Big bucket.
Timeout Crown.
2 huge assists at the end there. Find the right guy, find the open guy, and thankfully the gentleman made it.
All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game.
Got to get a stop here on this defensive end down here.
Rudy, what just happened for Crown to pull it within 4?
Big shots, things that they do best. Drive, kick, find the open guy. And like I said earlier, all of these guys can play from the perimeter. And the way that they're coached, there's no hesitation for pulling up. So they're confident with those shots, which I think is a big difference in why they can make these type of runs and make the kind of game that we're seeing right now.
Teron, how did Sizzle allow this to happen?
Just not being focused and taking the game approaching the game as they did in the first half. They let mental lapses come to stretch. They got to do a better job of taking care of the ball, being aware of what shots they're taking and when they're taking them. I mean, there's a shot clock involved. So you don't have to rush your shot. You're ahead of the game right now, so you don't want to take early shots. You want to bleed the clock down a little bit, but also still remain aggressive. I feel like they've kind of gotten away from that, and also not making the basket they were making earlier with driving to the rim.
Yeah. They look like they're getting a little tired, too.
That's it, too. The fatigue is setting in. We're down the stretch here. Let's go.
You can see the body language. They look a little exhausted. Their style of play is going to do that.
It's been a physical game. It's going to wear you down.
Really physical game.
Both teams entered undefeated. One will walk away with a blemish on their otherwise perfect record.
I'm saying, if I'm
Zarazua Jr. working against 𝘿evelopment. Oh, what a 3 from Willis.
1.
King got to move quickly, trailing by 7. Drops it for 𝘿evelopment. They play catch. Rose
one here.
Goes up, and he's fouled on the way by Zarazua Jr.
Okay. You make 2, you're down 5. What are you doing to force a turnover here? Because honestly, you do not want to foul. You do not want to foul this team. Sizzle, for the most part, I feel like all their personnel are pretty decent from the free throw line. So you don't want to put them on the line. You want to run something to get you a turnover here. What are you going to run? You see what the Crown coach has up his sleeve after they make these 2 free throws.
Chris Diasparo's coached pretty well. Here's Jamel Wiley checking in for Caden Lee Dawkins-Ellis.
Stay here. Stay here.
2 crucial free throws on the way.
I got 2. I got 2. Hey. Get ready.
It's 1-1? Or is it 2?
Looks like it's 2.
I thought the referee gave the signal that it was 1-1. I said 1-1 doesn't exist anymore.
Well, if it was, he will be shooting too.
You know?
I mean, wasn't it a shooting foul anyway? He was going up with the ball.
Isaiah Rose can't make it a 5-point game. That's batted away and off of a Sizzle player.
This is a big possession
For this inbound.
They're gonna run. They're gonna run the overhead pass to Eli. They'll get the screen over, coming over, and the dump down inside.
Weedy loops it into King. Roll. Sherd. Wide open lane, bobbled, and he turned it over to Willis. Sherd is beside himself right now.
Yeah, that last possession, they didn't duck inside. It was there for the pick and roll.
Still got an opportunity here. He's got to get a quick stop.
Wiley fouled by Sherd.
Hey, that's why we're nation. That's why they call us nation. We don't care. We're here.
Green, fouled by Weedy. And we're having clock issues.
I'm surprised it's our first of the day.
So now Sizzle is in the bonus. Aiden Green is at the line.
Oh, so there is 1-1 in the event.
No foul!
Green.
He's played a solid
the
game.
first.
Solid game. Really good game from him today.
Rising senior from Minnehaha Academy.
Got to his spots. He's hitting his free throws. Good finishes. Quality basketball for that young man.
2 for 2. 80-72. Crown's got to go quickly here. King lets it fly. Dawkins-Ellis comes down with the board. And that will do it. Sizzle survives the late surge from Crown and is victorious. 80-72, your final score. What a game between these two high-level programs.
It's been a good weekend. I think both of these teams are done for the weekend now. Get some rest. Relax a little bit, ice up. You guys got to be tired.
Listen, the coach knows he wants that one back. He wants to play that one again.
Yeah.
He wants to check that one.
He wants that one again.
That's okay. I think it's a very promising weekend for the program.
Yeah.
What's next for the team, sir? Do you know?
Well, they have team camp coming up for a lot of the kids in New York in June. So I know that they'll be.
I appreciate you looking out for us like that. I appreciate you looking out for us like that with the camera. It's all good. It's all good. That was Quincy Caldwell, victorious head coach for Team Sizzle over Crown. Rudy King, Teron Patterson, Nels Williams with you here courtside from Court 12 for the Baltimore Convention Center. Guys, what a morning.
Yeah,
high-level basketball.
Good basketball. Good basketball.
You couldn't ask for a better event, man. I'm looking forward to the next one. Like I told the gentleman earlier, I'm going to definitely keep tabs on the socials and see what's going on with these events. But this has been an amazing event, amazing basketball, amazing environment, amazing conversation we've had with everybody coming on and sitting along with us and joining us along for the panel.
This is my first time doing this.
Really?
Yeah, it's my first time.
You were a natural. Great.
Yeah, it's been great. It's always as good as everybody that's at the table, man. But this is the first time I've done this. It was pretty interesting. It was a good experience.
It's a fun way to look at the game, right, from an analysis and analyst and critical lens, right? When you're looking at it from a holistic view, see the game within the game begin to unravel and develop, right? But we appreciate your time on, Mr. King.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much. And I appreciate the interview yesterday with my kid. We work on the media management, and you guys did a good job with him yesterday. So he was very excited about it. I appreciate what you guys are doing. This is so important for the culture, man. And you guys keep doing what you do.
We appreciate it. Appreciate you having us on or having you on. Sorry, it's been a long weekend. We had 7 games yesterday, 3 games today, obviously back to back to back. So all of this, kind of just goes by quick, right?
Yeah.
But time flies when you're having fun, as they say.
That's what they say. That's what they say. But thank you.
It's so funny when we tell the coaches like who we want to have come over, because we don't know the names obviously. So we tell them a number and they're like, who is that? I don't know who we got our player of the game coming over right now.
Coming over.
Well, this will be Aiden Green, Rudy.
Hey man, keep grinding, baby.
Come on, sit down with us, Aiden. Thank you, sir.
That was Rudy King, father of Elijah King on Crown Basketball. And joining us now from Sizzle is Aiden Green.
With the war wounds on his jersey, I see you. To survive battle. How you doing, sir?
Good. It was a great game.
We think so too. Yeah. We do. So tell us, how you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling a little beat up. It was a long weekend. Not a lot of breaks. Just playing hard every game.
That's right. That's right.
What about your game today? You mainly were able to find space and create space. What about that part of your game gives you an edge over the competition?
I mean, I feel like when I can create space for myself, it also creates shots for my team. So for the defense, it's not only hard for them to guard me, but it also makes them have to guard all 5 of us, not just me.
With that, regarding the rest of your team, obviously you had Jamel Wiley head out, right, with the injury next to his eye. And a lot of guys had to step up in his absence. How proud are you of your team's effort today to come out with a victory over Crown?
It's just a blessing that we know that anybody that steps on the court with us can compete at this level. So knowing that even if we're the undersized team, knowing that we had a couple guys get injured. 2 guys got injured yesterday, so we were in short players, missing our big guys, and we just still could come out on top. And I'm just grateful that my whole team can step up when it's needed.
Talk to us about your coach, man. He seems very animated, but he also seems like he's very focused on making sure he brings out the best of you all every single day in and day out. Can you talk to us about him and your experience for playing for him?
Yeah, I feel like this is my first year playing for him, and it's actually been a great experience. He's probably one of my favorite coaches because I feel like he just knows what's best for every individual player, and he creates it where each player is playing to their best ability and not just like focusing on one player and letting one player just go at it. I think he is a great coach in that way, that he creates it where everybody on the team can play their role and do it the right way.
I'm sure he appreciates hearing that from you. So what's next for your team?
I mean, the goal is to just keep winning.
Oh, yeah, obviously, but I mean, as far as like what's on the schedule, what's on the calendar for your team? Do you know yet, or you're just ready to get back and get some break and just chill out and relax and enjoy some summertime for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have 1 weekend off, and then we end up in Wisconsin. And then after that, I low-key have no clue where we are, but...
That's okay.
Yeah.
Take
Well,
it as
Aiden,
it comes, man, right?
Take it easy. We appreciate the time. Congratulations on being named the player of the game.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck to you, sir. Congratulations.
That'll do it for our coverage of DMV Live. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. For our entire production and technical crew behind the scenes, and Teron Patterson, I'm Nils Williams saying so long from the Baltimore, Maryland Convention Center.